Because I went to Lexington Comic Con in Lexington, Kentucky. And I went there over the whole weekend, and I traveled there. Well, I went there. I met up with Wing. Didn't travel there with Wing. We coming from opposite directions. But Wing and I went to a convention. We went to a comic convention, and it was so much fun. And oh my gosh, I got so much swag. I got so many stories. I got so many things to show you. So many pictures, and not enough time to do it because the Guild Wars 2 new episode comes out in an hour. But you know what? That's okay. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna chill. We're gonna talk all about it. We're gonna talk about the memories and show you all my cool stuff. And I got some autographs. I met some voice actors, and it was so much fun. Zell, hey Zell, you used to live nearish there. Oh my gosh, we have another friend who lives who used to live like in Lexington, but she moved away not too far, but couldn't make it, and we were like so bummed. It's like, oh, so close to like meeting her. Prezi, hi Prezi, hello, hello. Wing, thank you for the giant oopsie. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot to grab Oopsie. He's in the other room. We had so much fun. It was about a 5-hour drive for me. Well, a little over 5 hours for me, and we stayed in a little B&B, and it was so nice. It was this really like really fancy like little place with lots of artwork and like mirrors on the walls, like to make it look like biggest mirrors I've ever seen. And it was just like the perfect little like home base for us down there. Emma's heart, thank you. Daylight, yes, it is also daylight savings.
Daylight savings messing with my perception of time, or is this a rare early Peachy stream?
Emma's heart just became a celestial peach. 7 years. Oh my god, your badge upgraded. You're celestial, Emma's heart. Thank you for 7 years. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. No, it also daylight savings timed on Sunday. No, you're not. I am also early, so your time is completely messed up. I am hours early. And it was daylight savings for the US. So I don't know what time it looks like I'm going live at. For me, it's 11 a.m. right now. But we also have the Guild Wars 2 update. It's like the worst day for the Guild Wars 2 update to come out because like I want to talk for hours about the convention. But we also have in less than an hour Guild Wars 2 episode coming out. There might be like, I don't know, did they put out a new trailer? Usually they'll put out like, no, actually they've been doing the trailer at noon. Either way, I don't care. I'm going to talk about the convention and then we'll get to Guild Wars when we get to it. We're just going to have a fun day together today because it's been a week. It's been a week since I've seen you all. Oh, cool, Zell. I didn't realize you lived down there. He had a very long adventure. I'm even Sunday and yesterday, like the post-con recovery day, I felt really good. Couchius, thank you. Also, Celestial Peach.
91 years when Peachy before noon is more exciting than Peachy after dark.
It's true. I know. Hey, Peachy. I know. Do you remember Peachy before noon? Peachy used to go live before noon every single day. 10 a.m. was our start time. I aimed for 10 a.m. today. We did not make it. Oh my gosh. Lovely D20 trinket. I got this at the con. But yes, the con recovery. This was one of the easiest con recoveries I've ever had. I think that's also because Wing and I, we took things very easy. Like we didn't push ourselves, like even when we were super tired, you know, we didn't like, you know, if we were done for the day, we were done. It helped that like stuff at the convention wasn't really going on, like, you know, till 2 a.m. Like most anime conventions go till like 2 a.m. and there's panels and dances and stuff happening and parties until like, you know, super early in the morning every single night, Friday night, Saturday night, right? This one was not like that. I mean, I'm sure there was like private stuff going on places, but this one was definitely more like shut down early. It was, I don't know if this is a difference, but it was an expo. So it mainly focused on like the vendors and celebrities was like the two main focus. Like there were some panels, we went to a has-been panel. Um but like it nowhere near as much of that stuff as like an anime convention would be, or even a gaming convention. It was more focused on, there was a giant dealer's room just packed wall to wall with vendors. There was this super long hallway that like looped around, which was really cool, of artists, like the artist alley, more like homemade stuff. So that stuff was sprinkled into the dealer's room as well. But there was like, it was like an artist alley loop that went around and took us hours to go through and look at all of the artists. It was so much fun. Lilia, you've also upgraded your
2 years of
peach.
peach orchard free geekery.
2 years. I forgot to put the postcard link earlier for MS Heart. If y'all have reached a yearly milestone, you can get a postcard. Thank you so much, Lilia, for 2 years of subbing. It was merch paradise, basically merch con. It was basically merch con. Tons and tons of course, comic book stuff, anime stuff, gaming stuff, D&D stuff, lots of D&D stuff. I don't have them with me. I have a ton of stuff to show y'all, but I don't have it. It's downstairs because we had D&D last night. So I was showing off all my D&D stuff, including the necklace. I got the D20 necklace from one of the vendors. Wing scored big time. So much stuff. So much stuff. And that's not even mentioning the celebrities. Like that's what I spent most of my money on was celebrity autographs and
Hi.
another Celestial Peach. Rezark, thank you for the 7 years. Thank you for the 91 months. Hi, hello. Autumn Saga, early Peachy Street. I know I'm early. I'm early, and we had daylight savings time. So, MerchCon way better than LineCon. I think the only line I stood in was to meet Blake Roman, who voices Angel. And we'll show, we got some really cool stuff to show off. I got a signed Fat Nuggets. Oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. Oh my gosh. Aw, you never have to worry about talking in chat, Lilia. Aw, but whatever you want, whatever makes you most comfortable. Thank you so much for resubbing.
Party time.
Ambrosia, this is Celestial Peach Day. Ambrosia, thank you for the 88 months. A hand-delivered postcard with a side of coffee, right? Next peach, coffee peach. No, this nuggets will never be washed. That's why I have to be careful. I shouldn't drink my tea and handle this precious nuggets that I got signed by both Joel Perez Valentino and Blake Roman Angel. I know. Pixel Peach. Uh-oh. What Pixel Peach? Ambrosia, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. I know, more stories. Wing got home Sunday night before me and already told tons of con stories. But yeah, like I think the line for Blake Roman was the only line I stood in. Because even our badges, we pretty much walked right up and got our badges. I think we were in line for 2 minutes, maybe. Because we got there on Thursday and got our badges on Thursday and did like a preliminary walk around the dealer's hall. There were some booths still setting up, but most booths were already set up for on Thursday. and we got to kind of scope out the place. We got to do like a preliminary, less busy, finding everything, finding where all of the celebs were going to be, and, you know, getting our badges and doing like a, you know, a walk around. It just got busier and busier throughout the weekend. So that was really nice to get there on Thursday, because even especially Saturday, the line to like check in to get your badge was like down the street, literally like down the street, like the entire length of the convention center outside. It was moving very fast, for how many people there were, because they had a lot of sign-in booths, but still, like, the people were probably spending at least half an hour, probably closer to 45 minutes to an hour, just to get in, just to get their badges if they showed up on Saturday. So we were very fortunate that we got there on Thursday and got our badges right away, so then we could just walk in, which was super nice. Francesio, hello, a little under the weather. I'm so sorry. I hope you're feeling better. Oh, my cam went weird. Oh, is it better now? It says my bit rate's okay. Thomas, what's up, Thomas? Good to see you. Christiana, hi, Christiana. Coffee peach badge. I want it now, Prezi. Uh-oh, certain peaches have you on lockdown. I want to give my own money to you, Peachy. Aw, Lilia, that's so nice of you. Thank you. Always take care of yourself first. Everybody, always, always, always. You're most important. Always take care of yourself first. Yes, as soon as I did get Joel Perez's signature, it bled off of here. I'm so glad it's not very smudged. It's a tiny bit smudged, but like I didn't realize it took some drying time. So like after I got his autograph, I have a picture. That's the picture I put on socials. Was I got Joel's signature all over my hand because I touched it and then it bled off everywhere. Then I'm like carefully carrying around this Nuggets, like not touching. And then I had it on both sides. Then I had autographs on both sides. And I'm like holding him by his butt. I'm like carrying him around like this as to not touch the autographs so they dry. They're dry now. But I know I have to put him in a box. He's precious. Well, I mean, he will be with me forever. It says to Peachy. Because they ask you if you want them to put like to make it out to you, to put your name on it or not. And I was like, yeah, I'm not ever getting rid of this. It's not like I'm getting it to sell it. I feel like if you don't have your name, like, do they think like, oh, they're just gonna sell it or whatever? They're trying to make a buck off of my signature, right? I'm like, no, you write to Peachy. This is for me. Exactly. It's personalize it. It can be cuddled. That's right. The Guild Wars 2 patch usually goes live around noon, which is 45 minutes. We will be a little late getting to that, but we will get to it today. There's drops too. I believe there's Guild Wars 2 drops. You can get some cool stuff. This is too early for Peachy's stream. Ardoc, no. We also had daylight savings time, so it might be even earlier if you're outside of the US. I don't know when that happens outside of the US because I think we do it differently. So I don't know what time it is for you normally. I don't know how early I am. I'm a couple hours early, even for me. So thank you. Thank you. It's so good to be back. I missed you all. I haven't streamed for a week. Oh my gosh. We even did so much more than the con. I'm going all over the place. My mind is all over the place, like, because I don't know like what to talk about first. Because we did so much. We had so much fun. Oh, Prezi, so many conventions. I hope those are going well for you. Selling your stuff at conventions. Because you like give your stuff to other, like the people who have the booths, right? Because a lot of artists will go themselves, right? And sell like a booth of their art. And I love seeing that at conventions. But then like you'll see like multiple artists will have like their stuff at a booth and it's like consignment, right? Day one, yes, go in order. Okay, go in order. Day one, best moments go. Okay, so day one was Thursday. We got there. We checked into our B&B, which was really, really, really nice. It was in the city, a couple blocks away from the convention center. Maybe like a 10 to 15 minute walk to the con. Luckily, it was chilly. It was chilly, but it wasn't too bad. Depending on the wind. It always depends on the wind, right? Wind always makes it colder. So we were a couple blocks walk away, and it was a really nice, really easy walk. The city is beautiful. I had never been to Lexington before. I don't know if I had ever been to Kentucky before, but beautiful city. And our B&B was really, really nice. It was covered in artwork, and it was just like perfect for just the two of us. Love having like a kitchen, because we actually at first um reserved a hotel room before realizing that the hotel was like a 15-minute drive from the convention center. I'm like, we'd have to drive in every day, and I didn't want to do that. So I'm like, let's look for a B&B. And so we found one a couple blocks away, and it ended up being about the same price, and just perfect. It was perfect. It was so good. Yes, one of those places that's very picture worthy, but also hard to capture in pictures. Yeah, it was really nice. So we checked in, we got all our stuff into the B&B, and then walked to the convention center and got our badges. And we got our bag, Lexington Comic Con bag. They gave us our swag bag. And this was our badge. And they had this cute thing during the convention where they had these little ribbons. And most of the, I don't know all the places you could get the ribbons, but like most of the celebrities and voice actors, because there was tons of celebrities there. William Shatner was there. I don't know, Felicia Day. There was this huge long line, this huge list of voice actors and celebrities who were there. Danny Trio, I think, was one of the ones that Wing stood in line for a long time for. Thank you for the hype train! I plan to travel far first time. Do you recommend Airbnbs or hotels? As far as expense, it's completely up to what you find. B&Bs can be cheaper than hotels or way more expensive than hotels. It just depends. I've had fantastic experiences with B&Bs. I haven't done that, the Airbnbs. I haven't done it a lot, but everyone I've had a wonderful experience with. The biggest thing is that a B&B is private to yourself mostly. Some of them are like you rent a room, but a lot of times you can get ones that are like completely like just like a house or an apartment all to yourself. The biggest number one thing is a B&B is almost always going to come with a kitchen. Hotel rooms don't come with a kitchen. Hotel rooms are much smaller, right? So I would, unless the hotel is connected to the convention center, which this one did have a Hyatt or a Hilton that was connected to the convention center. So then you literally don't even have to go outside. So there's that convenience. It's usually very expensive to stay in the one connected to the convention center. And by the time we booked that one, all the rooms were booked anyway. So we didn't even have that option. So that is a huge advantage if you can afford it and don't mind not having things like a kitchen. Then that's a huge advantage. But if you're going to be walking outside anyway, Airbnb is so easy and convenient now, at least here in the US. Like I would do it every time now. I would do it every time unless it was like the hotel that's connected to the convention center, especially in like winter, because then you don't have to go outside in the cold, right? Especially if you have like a costume on, or you're carrying a lot of bags. Like we had the B&B this time, but we did have to walk 15 minutes. So maybe if if you don't want to or can't walk that far or don't want to walk through the city or whatever it may be, then a hotel right next to the convention center would be ideal for you. So it's dependent on your situation, and it can be more expensive or less expensive depending. So do be careful though, because B&B prices, a lot of times at checkout, they'll show one price per night, but then at checkout, there will be like a cleaning fee and then an Airbnb fee. There will be a lot of fees and taxes at the end, which will make it a lot more expensive than like the cover price. So do be careful of that with the B&Bs. Whereas a hotel will like just add tax on at the end. Usually the B&Bs can have a lot of other fees associated with them. But yes, whatever makes you feel most safe, whatever is convenient for you. Yeah, but like even then, like even with all the fees, the B&B for us was still like about the same price as the hotel that was a 15-minute drive away that we wouldn't have been able to walk to. So so yeah. But oh man, Prezi, that is so a thing, is that like you will see so much artwork and merch of whatever the most popular series is right now, right? So there was a ton of has-been. Mostly Genshin right now is the big thing still, because it's got so many characters, right? So like Genshin stuff everywhere. Lucky for me, has-been stuff everywhere. There were entire booths that were nothing but has-been. Yeah, lots of but you always have the other series sprinkled in, which is so nice. Not a lot of Kingdom Hearts, almost no Kingdom Hearts, unfortunately, right now, because we're in kind of a hiatus. But like Sailor Moon, there's a surprising amount of like Cardcaptor Sakura stuff, like older anime, which is always really cool to see for me. Yeah, do your research, absolutely. Yeah, but like having a kitchen, priceless. Priceless. Like I made breakfast for us like 2 mornings. Um but yeah, so this was the badge. There was little ribbons for the different celebrities and voice actors. So I got I got the has-been ones, and then I more on this later. I'm gonna do the YouTube, more on this later. Keep watching. What's up, Talus? But I got Don't F with Wendy Testerberger from South Park, because I met April Stewart, who not only is best known for all of her voices that she does in South Park, but she is also Strawley. She is also the female human commander in Guild Wars 2 and has been for the past 12 years. So I got to meet her, and her ribbon was Wendy Testerberger from South Park. So that's why I have her ribbon. And then that first day after we got our badges, we walked around the expo hall, because it was already, there was tons of vendors already set up in the expo hall, and you could start shopping right away. There was even some of the celebrities were there. Celebrities and voice actors and comic creators were sprinkled around the expo floor. The bigger names were in a completely separate room that was a little bit more organized and exclusively for like the celebrity signings and stuff, but there were a lot that were scattered around in the expo hall as well, including Joel Perez and Blake Roman from Has-Been, though they weren't there on Thursday, but their booths were set up, so we were able to like see, okay, this is exactly where they're gonna be, so we could like, you know, figure out exactly where to go the next day. Wendy in Strawley's armor, yes. I know, they sound nothing alike, right? She's a ton of voices on South Park. She's Wendy, she's she's Sharon, is it Kyle's? No. Stan's mom. Sharon, she's Cartman's mom, I think. She's a lot of the moms. She's Wendy and then a bunch of the moms. I don't think she's Cartman's mom. I could be wrong. But yeah, she does a lot of voices in South, like a ton of voices in South Park. But we walked around the expo hall. I got this Sailor Moon lanyard because I was like, heck yeah, I saw this. It was like, I don't know, $5. So I was like, I'm just gonna have my badge on my Sailor Moon lanyard, and now I have a Sailor Moon lanyard for like future conventions. I know, yee, it's so cute, and I like how like hot pink neon it is. So there was Miku stuff. Yes, Miku wasn't everywhere, but there was definitely Miku stuff. Yes, there was Cardcaptor Sakura stuff. We got because we had the VIP tickets, which was just if you bought all 4 days, Thursday to Sunday, it was a VIP ticket, and you got a free T-shirt because they were selling con T-shirts. And they had a lot of different designs. I was surprised. Usually, like the con t-shirt, there's like one design and then you pick your size, right? There was like at least 10 designs. And so we got the pink ones. Both Wing and I got the pink Lexington Comic and Toy Convention, is what it's called. So we got the pink one. It says Lexington. Oh, there was a Miku cosplayer that tied her pigtails in a bow in front of herself and hung a plushie from it because she was tired of stepping on her own pigtails. Oh no, you gotta not have them be that long. You gotta test that out at home. That's way too long of a wig. Card Captor was to you as Sailor Moon is to me. Oh, you would have been happy. You would have been happy. There was a lot of not a lot, but like I definitely saw and noticed Card Captor Sakura stuff. Oh, this was the normal lanyard that it came with, the VIP Lexington Comic Con lanyard. So Sailor Moon, much cooler, much cooler, and then just other little stuff, a pen and I don't know what this is. It's like an autograph book, maybe. There's a gummy cube, a stress ball cube, a bookmark, a pin. Very important, Peach. That's right. Bookmarks, pin, stuff. There was a I'm a VIP ribbon to put on there, but I didn't even know that was in there until like the third day, and I was like, I got my has-been ribbons. There's a pin. Yeah, so that was our little swag bag. Our little swag bag of free whatever. And the t-shirt. I love that it's pink. I actually didn't even know it was pink, but I liked the design. And then they handed it to us because it like the design was just on a black background on like the picture for you to pick what shirt you wanted. And it was just a black background, but I was like, the logo's the cutest. And then Wing was ahead of me and she got that
Peachy
one.
wave, peachy
When I saw it was pink, I was like, oh, I definitely want that one now. It's the pink one. You're a dozen. Hello. Thank you so much for the Prime resub. How you doing? Yours didn't come with a VIP ribbon? What? Oh no. No. Robbed. I didn't even notice the ribbons, and I think a lot of people ran out because like I didn't even notice the has-been ribbons. Because I actually met Blake. I'll more on this later. But I actually met Joelle and Blake twice, and it wasn't until the second time that I noticed they had ribbons. I don't even think they had them the first time, or I saw them and didn't know what they were because I didn't realize until later. Because people had like blankets of ribbons, right? Like, cause like some people, like there was actually like a competition, like a ribbon competition, get as many ribbons as you can. And so until I started seeing people with literally hundreds of ribbons hanging off of their badges, I realized that it was actually a thing. I was like, oh, I wonder where they're getting those. Those are like the different events that you go to, you get a ribbon, right? And so I didn't even notice it until I went back to Blake and Joelle the second time. There's so many. Very smart. Yes, very, very, very smart. If you're running a convention, Green Luther, what's up? Very, very smart for one of your like freebie items is to be a bag. And I love that it's like it's a sturdy enough, like big enough bag. Cause this was like, when we walked around the expo floor and shopped the first day, this was my shopping bag, right? Because we hadn't planned on shopping that first day because I didn't think anything was going to be open except getting your badge. So we didn't bring like our backpacks. I just brought my purse, right, to get my badge. So I didn't have any bag or anything to put anything in. And granted, a lot of the vendors, have a bag depending on what you buy. And then that kind of, whatever the biggest bag you have, that kind of becomes your shopping bag. But for there to be like the convention one was really, really smart. And it's like really nice. So this was my shopping bag the first day. The second day when we went back, this became my shopping bag. So I got this from one of the booths. Look at this. this. I fell in love with this. They had a couple Sailor Moon ones too. They had a bunch of stuff. They had Ghibli. They had I don't even know. They had D&D ones. They had a ton of stuff. But I saw this one and fell in love with the Sailor Moon bag. And it's like a really, really nice tote bag. And it zips on the top. And yeah, oh my god. I fell in love, so I bought that. And so then this became my swag bag. But this was day 2. So after we walked around for a bit, we got some stuff. I don't remember what stuff I got day 1. But we bought some stuff. And then we went to dinner. Thanks for your new bag. I know, right? I was actually thinking of going back and buying one for my sister, but we just never, the place was so huge and there were so many vendors, we just never made it back around to that booth, unfortunately. I might have bought more, because there were more Sailor Moon ones. Where's my pictures? This was the line. That was Thursday, so there was like no one in line, so you can imagine that on like Saturday, when like it's full of, you know, people zigzagging through there, and then literally like down the length of the convention center, outside, people waiting to get their Saturday badges. So by far the smartest thing is to go on Thursday and get your badge early. So we were just able to like walk right through and get our badge in like 2 minutes, which was very nice. Another Celestial Peach. Rain God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 7 years, 92 months. Making me wish for a Kingdom Hearts Sailor Moon crossover, since the windows are pretty much the same as the Kingdom Hearts windows, right? Yes. Like the heart stations. Totally. There was not a lot of Kingdom Hearts stuff. There was stuff sprinkled here and there, both official and unofficial and fan stuff. But like I saw more Sailor Moon than Kingdom Hearts, which is understandable, especially when Kingdom Hearts isn't like the hotness right now in general. Soar with the donut. Yes. So it's oopsie. So we just have endless amounts of fun with our little goobers. These are all the plushies I brought. I carried around my little tiny Komori bat. The Komori bat was made by Sir Lady Sketch, and I have a little like I wear it on my wrist when I'm cosplaying Riku. And one guy actually, one of the artist vendors actually pointed at the Komori bat, and he was like, "Oh my god, a Dream Eater!" And we were like, "Oh my gosh, somebody's excited and recognizes," and like it was actually like DDD. He was like, "I don't care. I love the Dream Eaters. I love the, you know, that all that in DDD, even though most people hate on it." And we're like, "You're amazing." Then Wing bought something from him. But we brought those. This was at our B&B. We brought the little oopsie. The Wing made an oopsie suit. Oopsie is Wing's little merbaby, Sora, OC, that I'm obsessed with. And so she made a suit for this little, as I call it, goober. This is official merch. And she made a little suit for him that turns him into her OC, Oopsie. And I'm obsessed with him. So of course I brought him, and he loves donuts. So I found cookies that looked like donuts. And then I just got crazy. I made him an entire donut like bath. I made him I put him in a martini glass covered in donut cookies. And that's where he lived the entire weekend. I'm not joking. I'm just like, he lives here. This is his vacation. So I love the Dream Eater system. I love the battle system in DDD. That was Oopsie's tank. That was his tank. He was just swimming in sugar the entire weekend. Have to find your copy of DDD for me. Oh, Zell. So then after the expo hall on Thursday, we went out to dinner. We had a lovely dinner at a local restaurant. I think it was called Minglewood. And that was amazing. We had a Philly cheesesteak. I'm salivating. I haven't had any breakfast this morning. I'm salivating just looking at this. It was so good. We had a Philly cheese steak sandwich, fries, and some cheese sauce. I made it a thing to take a picture of my little goober with all the meals that we ate. Oh my God, Zell, I know. I'll come across like a cosplay video on YouTube nowadays, like, and yeah, same, like I don't even know what the kids are doing and using, like the materials and the resources available now for cosplayers. Like I have no idea. No clue. He looked like he cleaned his hands in blood. No, that's ketchup. That's ketchup. Oh my gosh. So that was freaking delicious. This was the next day. The next day was Friday, and we had a lunch reservation for a tea house, like legit tea house, like tea and tea cakes and sandwiches and pastries, in the cutest little tea house in the entire world. And it was literally next door to our B&B. We didn't find out. Let me skip ahead. Oop, let me skip ahead a few pictures here. Look at this tea house, y'all. Look at this tea house. I think it was called Tea and Brie. Valkyrie! I know, I'm making myself hungry. I haven't had anything to eat. Look at this tea house. Stop it. Stop it. It was pink and flowers everywhere. There was flowers on the ceiling. Everything was pink. Every woman who came in was like in a fancy dress. It like legit. It was the cutest place freaking ever. There's a lot of flowers, pink lights, like ribbons everywhere. It was insane. It was so like every little piece of like the plates and everything was pink. Everything was my aesthetic. This was the peachy place. And the funny thing is, we found PeachCon. PeachCon's gonna happen in this place. It was my tea house. So, but the thing is, we almost didn't get a chance to go here because it's reservation only. And I found it. I was, planning our trip like the day before we were leaving on Wednesday. I was like, planning our trip, planning, okay, we go here to park, we do all this stuff, like, so that I have a smooth time when we get down there. Google Maps, basically, looking around Google Maps Street View to make sure I knew where we were going and what we were doing. And I saw this place literally next door to our B&B. And I was like, oh, so I look it up on Google, and it says reservation only, and it was the day before. I go to their website, and I put in, time, date. I said, let's go on Friday, because there was a has-been panel that I wanted to go to at noon on Saturday. So I said, let's do Friday, because that's kind of our open day, that nothing's scheduled. But I went to the website to make a reservation, and there was none left. And I was so bummed. There was none left for Friday or Saturday or Thursday. I think the entire weekend was like sold out. So I was so bummed that I didn't find it earlier. But then Wing said, let me call them and work my charms and try and get us a table. And she did. And she did. She got us a table for 11 a.m. on Friday, exactly when we wanted. I know. See, I wouldn't have been so bold as to pick up the phone, but she did, and she got us in, and it was one of the best places we went to that weekend. Tea house date, yes. There's one, the town next to me too, Zell. I've never been there, but there is one. I don't think it's as pink as cute as this one, but we'll have to look into that. You and I know we're gonna have PeachCon at a tea house. Um, so yes, so on Friday we got to go have tea and we dressed up and we looked so cute and we went to have tea and it was wonderful. It was fantastic. We felt so special. We're like Comic Con, who? We're having tea. And it was so nice and it was so delicious. It was so delicious. They knew that a party of two is easier to squeeze in than a group. Right, right, exactly. Yeah, they did have a table for two. If we tried to get a table for like six, no, it wouldn't have worked. But they squeezed us in. They were look at the plates, have birds, all everything was just so fancy. The napkins were peach colored. We brought our goobers, of course. Took pictures of them with everything because that's our new thing. Listen, I see Japanese fans on Twitter with these things, taking pictures with their food, and now I'm obsessed with doing that. So this, oh my God. So this was the spread they brought out. They bring you out, you pick your sandwiches off of the menu. You pick your tea, they bring you out your tea in your own little teacup, your teapot, and you pour it in your teacup. And then you pick 3 sandwiches, little tea sandwiches, and they had like a scone of the day. And you don't get to pick the desserts on top. They bring you an assortment of whatever desserts they have available. And then they bring everything out on this tall tea cozy thing. There was a macaron. And so I had like a cucumber sandwich, prosciutto and brie, and then this was like a smoked salmon on like a not a cracker, but like a little hard bread cracker thing. And then a blueberry scone. Wing doesn't like blueberries, so they were really nice and made Wing this was more of a savory one. I forget exactly what it was. I think it was like jalapeno or something. And then they had the little tea cakes or the pastries on top. Oh, and soup, and we got soup. This was the best tomato soup I have ever had in my entire life. I can taste it now. I wanted to take some home. This was the best tomato soup in the world, and I got to like dip my sandwiches in the tomato soup. You had the goobers in the tea house. I did. We did. We took those. We have no shame with the little Soras. We take them everywhere, and we take pictures. We sit them right on the table and take pictures, even in the fancy tea house. Our little Sora goobers. Yes, Mr. P. It was a really thick tomato soup. It was so good. There was the desserts. Everything was delicious. There was like a lemon bar and a little chocolate thing. So rich. Those two were so rich. I took them back to the B&B and ate them like over the next 2 days. There was a macaron. I think mine was pistachio. You didn't get to choose any of these, but they were all delicious. And then my blueberry scone. Oh my God, it looks like luxurious soup. It was very luxurious. I'm sure they made it in-house. I did speak up for Wing. I said she asked for no blueberries. Excuse me, she doesn't like blueberries. The scone was amazing. Oh my God, everything was amazing. Wing has a Polaroid camera, a little mini Polaroid camera, and took Polaroid pictures. And I have a little album that I'm putting all the Polaroid pictures in. Look at the glasses. I mean, just look at the glasses, like the water glasses and the little tea light holders. Everything was so freaking cute and my aesthetic. Everything was my aesthetic here. Would go back 1,000 times over, would go back every day. I know, I'm making everybody hungry. So we had a fantastic tea time lunch together. And then we went back to the B&B and changed out of our dresses. I don't have well, I do have a picture of myself. More on that in a second. Um, um, we decided that since Friday there was no like panels or anything scheduled that we wanted to go to on Friday. And we didn't know how long it was going to take us to get the autographs that we wanted. We would go on Friday afternoon, no costumes, and get all of our autographs and all of our signings and all of our celebrity meetings that we wanted to do out of the way. So then we could take as long as we wanted because we didn't know how long it was going to take on Friday, which was super smart because then we weren't rushing and then we had it done because like, you know, the celebrities were coming and going. So like sometimes they wouldn't be there. And you had to wait for them to get there and stuff. So, like at one point I was pretty much, Blake had no line and I was gonna walk right up to him because I wanted him to amend something for me. But like the person stopped me and said, oh, he's got a photo op to go to. And I was like, oh, nah, like just missed it by like 30 seconds. So like you can't account for that kind of stuff. So we're like, let's just do it and get it out of the way. And I wanted to wear, I didn't want to meet them in costume. Because when I went to Colossal Con years ago and I met Ben Diskin, I was in costume, I was carrying my Keyblade, I was carrying all this stuff, and it was like awkward. I was just overloaded and fumbling with stuff, and it was just like I could barely see or hear because of my wig, and it was just kind of like, it was very just a mess. So I was like, I just want to go as me. And I knew I wanted to get selfies with them, which cost extra. It cost for the autograph and it costs for a selfie. So I wanted it as me. And so I wore my has-been shirt. I don't have it with me, but you'll see it maybe in the photo. But I bought I knew I was going to be meeting, I knew Joel Perez was going to be there, who's Valentino, who's my favorite. So I wanted a V's shirt to wear when I met him. So I like last minute ordered a V's shirt. There's a really cool one on Hot Topic. So hottopic.com, I went there and I ordered one like 3 days before the convention. Luckily it got here the day before. So I was able to wear that to the Has-Been signings. And and he commented on it and said, oh yes, that's an awesome shirt. And so I wanted to go as me. And then I also brought my Guild Wars shirt to meet. I wanted to put on a Guild Wars shirt to meet April Stewart. So that's what I did. And here we'll get to that in my pictures. So I brought my Fat Nuggets because I wanted to get my Fat Nuggets signed. So this is kind of like the overall convention center. This was like afternoon on Friday. It was much busier, much more packed on Saturday. Saturday was like the big busy day. Smarts, it's like you've done this a few times. The celebrity signing thing is very new to me. I that's not something I've really been interested in before. I only recently got into that. Thanks Streamily. Thanks everybody who's sent me signed prints from Streamily. Since Streamily became a thing, I suddenly got into autographs for my faves. So yeah, I took the Fat Nuggets. Those two Charlies, so cute. This was waiting in line for Blake. And there was the booth. So there was like Blake's, there was a winding line. This was just at the side of the expo hall. This was the expo hall with like all the big vendors. And both Blake and Joel were their booths were right next to each other. On like the side of the vendor hall. That's where they were put. Saturdays for cons are very, very busy. Yes. Should have kept the dresses on and cosplayed as people who had lunch at a tea house. Yes. Yeah, Joelle never had any line, or like the line was maybe like one or two people at most. Blake had a crazy line the whole time. which is understandable. Queuing for guests can take so long. Oh, Wing was in line for over an hour for Danny Trejo, is that his name? Trying to arrange systems to schedule when people can join the queue. That's what we did at that's how Colossal Con did it. When I went a couple years ago, was you waited in a line, which was insanely long. You waited in, I probably spent the first 2+ hours of my one day I went to Colossal Con just waiting in a line to sign up to meet Ben Diskin, because it was one line to sign up for all of the celebrities that were there, and there wasn't even nearly as many as there were here, or as big of names. It was just like some anime voice actors. So there was one line to sign up to come back at a certain time to meet whoever you wanted to meet. This system was way better. Because like they kind of anticipated how popular each actor was going to be, and kind of placed them accordingly, and made lines accordingly, and they kind of adjusted on the fly. Like if someone needed more queue line space and the person at the booth next to them wasn't there, then they would extend it over into their space. So they were really good at like adjusting depending on how many people showed up. But then at the same time, there were people who had like long queues that they had set up, and then they never had any line because they weren't as popular as like they anticipated they were going to be. So it's kind of a learning curve, but it was really well set up in general at this convention, really well, as opposed to everybody stands in the same line for everyone and then comes back. At least when you come back at your time, you were basically able to walk right up to them. But I actually like waiting in a line because you kind of have a chance to get your nerves out. Both Joelle and April, I walked right up to, and it was very nerve-wracking. Actually, it was more nerve-wracking to just walk right up, because it's like, okay, I go up and I do my thing. Whereas like Blake, I stood in line for at least half an hour the first time I met him, and you get to see other people with him. You kind of get to see how he deals with people, and they're all insanely nice. And you kind of get to like, okay, what am I going to buy? You get to look at the price list and everything like while you're waiting. I actually I don't want to wait like an hour, but there's that like time to compose yourself, right? Whereas if you can walk right up, it's like, you just like throw yourself into it. Like, so I was way more nervous, like to the booths that I could walk right up to personally. Hi, Valentin. True Sora, Ben Diskin going to be at the con you're at the end of this month. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, you do a lot of the autograph signing and celebrity meetings and stuff too, True Sora, don't you? Nice. Yes, awesome. It can take so long, the bigger conventions over here, as of the last few years, try to arrange systems to schedule when people can join the queue and ease it best they can. Yeah. That's like for here. They had, you can see the tape on the floor, and they actually had very skinny little lanes and like winding lanes next to both Joelle and Blake's booth. And they had them marked like, this is Blake's line and this is Joelle's line, because they anticipated, because of the popularity of Has Been, they anticipated a long line for both of them. And also, Amir Talai was supposed to be there as well, who is Alistair. But he had to cancel last minute, unfortunately, because his puppy was not doing well health-wise, unfortunately, so he decided to stay home. So there was a big space next to them that I'm assuming Amir was supposed to be in, but they used that instead to tape off the lines for Blake and Joelle. Well, Joelle never had a line that I ever saw, but Blake had, anytime he was there, he had a long line because he was Angel. So people were kind of using like both Joelle and Blake's lines for Blake. It was never like over like half an hour wait, but that's also dependent on how much time they spend with you, right? You know, like some are like, you know, okay, sign, great, selfie, go, or whatever, you know, whatever you pay for. Um, and then some will sit there and chat with you for a while, right? I probably talked to April Stewart for 10 minutes because there was no one in line. She was just sitting there, you know, there was no one. And what was really nice is that everybody, the people next to them, Joelle's not in this picture, but these two people were they all had handlers. They all had someone from like the company that they work for. I think it was called Celebworks, who handled the money. You know, you would talk to them first, so you see he's has his sign, he's having his signing and his meeting with Blake, and then the Charlie is next in line, so she's talking to the handler, and she's picking out her print, she's picking out what she wants, because it costs per autograph, and it costs for a selfie. And then sometimes they'll have other merch, like Angel had, Blake had little angel dust figures that you could buy right there and then get it signed. And if you bought an autograph, I think the autographs were usually, it's different for every person. Koji, thank you for the stretch. I'm just mind dumping here. Exactly true, Sora. You have a chance to like sit, if you're in the line, you have a chance to like figure out what you're gonna say, and which always comes out differently than what you planned, right? um I should hydrate, thank you. Mind dumping on this channel. Thank you. So yeah, so like Charlie, you go here first, and that also gets some of the nerves out because you're not like dealing with the celebrity to like exchange money and like, you know, fumbling with your wallet and everything. And also something really, really smart that they did was you if you get an autograph and you want it personalized, the handler, I'm calling them a handler, I don't know if there's another term for them, writes down on a sticky note what you got. So if you got like an autograph or multiple, or if you got a because you could get a selfie by itself. Most of them had the combo. So if you got an autograph and a selfie, the selfie was like $30, I think. And an autograph is usually around 50, depends. Like William Shatner, way more. I think it was like $100 for a selfie or something, right? So like him is like way more. But most of them, it's like $50 for an autograph and then $30 for a selfie, or you could do the combo for like $10 off. So that's what I did with most of them. Was it was like $70 for an autograph and a selfie. You do have to pay for selfies. Yep. Was it $125 for Shatner? Yeah. So like, you know, he can charge a lot more. It's, you know, rude. Yeah. So that's what I did for them. Was it was 70 for an autograph and a selfie. Worth it though. Worth it. Worth it. And they both held my phone. I'm just gonna skip ahead here. They both took the selfie on my phone. They took my phone. So they've touched my phone. They've touched my fat nuggets. They took it and took the selfie, which was really fun. Really, Ardoc? Wow. Yeah, you want to strike a balance between like what's worth your time as a celebrity, and then also like not extorting your fans, right? They touched a lot of things. They touched my heart. Blake, oh my God. Blake was like a freaking sweetheart. This kid is so nice. He's so grateful. He's so like thankful. Like everything he said was so heartfelt, you know, like I told him how much I loved his performance, especially in episode 4. And he was just like, oh my God, that means so much to me. Thank you so much. And just like Peachy, $20 for a selfie. Hey, Unlaw. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, it is funny the different levels of social media involvements each of the actors have too. Yeah. Yeah, Amir Talai is like chronically on social media and he's awesome at it. Whereas like Christian Boyle like doesn't use the internet. Yeah, so it's like who's Vox. So it's like complete opposites. She's worth more than $20. Um when is Peachy Con? When's Peachy Con at the tea house? Um, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. So yes, they had their little banners. I'm so sad that Amir's puppy got sick and he couldn't make it, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? So so yeah, that's kind of the flow of how the autographs and meeting the celebs worked. Um, and I have pictures later of the separate expo hall. April Stewart was in the separate hall. This was in the like vendor hall basically. They had like a bunch of the Power Rangers, not a bunch. The Red Ranger and the Yellow Ranger were there. They were at the side of the convention hall. There was some cosplayers that had booths. There was a bunch of comic creators. Those were all like in this vendor hall. That Charlie cosplay, she was amazing. There was so many amazing has-been cosplays. But yeah, so because Joelle had no line at all, unfortunately. Also Kel Mitchell was there right next to Joelle's booth. And he was just like, he was not cosplaying, he was dressed as Ed, his character in Good Burger. Because I guess Good Burger 2 just came out. So he was there kind of promoting that movie, and that movie's, I guess, I think it just came out a while ago, but yeah, so he was there. Man, I didn't meet him or anything, but he was like, he had a huge smile on his face the entire time. He was like, just every time I passed his booth or looked his way, he was just like, he was engaging with people. He was so happy to be there. Like, he was so just like on and like engaged with his fans. Like, he was so hyped to be there. It was so cool. I drew up just for his face, but I didn't know who he is, right? Yeah, no, Joelle had almost no line, anytime that I saw, but, so convenient for me, I didn't have to wait and I could just walk right up, but that also, again, made it more nerve-wracking because it's like I didn't have, like, a line to wait in, right? To collect my thoughts and collect myself, right? And so you walk up to, like I said, you walk up to the handler first and you pick out what you want. And I already have a print, a Valentino print signed that I got from Streamily. So even though he had different Valentino prints that I could have gotten, the price is per signature. So I said, well, I knew that I wanted him to sign Fat Nuggets. So I said, no, I didn't get a print, but I got there's his signature. So I wanted the Fat Nugget sign. So I bought the selfie, the autograph selfie combo for $70, and he signed my Fat Nuggets, and then we got the selfie. And he was really nice. He was super nice. When I handed him the Fat Nuggets, as he was signing it, he said, that Fat Nuggets was a gift to Angel from Val, right? Like he like threw this like Angel Val lore at me, and I was like, I know, I freaked out. I know, I hope I didn't like spit on him. I was just like, I know, because I knew that, and I'm so excited for season 2. And it was just so funny that he mentioned that, like, this in character. He was very kind of like, he definitely like kind of he tries to embody the like essence of his character of Valentino, because he knows like you're there for Valentino, right? He knows that you're a fan of the show and you're a fan of his character, and that's why you're there. So while of course he's himself, he definitely throws in a lot of like he'll kind of like say little things as Val, kind of in Val's voice or in Val's cadence, or like throwing lore things like that in, like and I've seen him in other like in panels and videos of signings and stuff, and he definitely he tends to try to like play with the fact that he's the voice for the character, right? Which is like, just love it. Love it, right? It's so fun. It makes it so fun. Throw me the lore, good sir. Throw me the lore. That's right. I would be the yes. You're there for the voice actor and the character. Yes, absolutely. Especially because Val's like, you know, I mean, he's been on in shows and he's been on stage and stuff like that. But like Val's like his first big thing. You know, like that he's like voiced that has like a fan base like Has-Been does. So he embraces that. I mean, he's wearing the Valentino glasses, right? But yeah, so I was really nervous, but he was so nice, and then he came around and took the selfie, and it's kind of a thing like anybody who takes the selfies, whether it's the talent or someone else, like sometimes the handler will take the picture. They always take like 5 pictures because like blinking and stuff, right? And you're paying for it, you know, you pay for the selfie, so you want it to be good. And so like they both him and Blake like held it out and just like snapped like 5 shots. Joel actually like changed the orientation because they'll ask like, what orientation do you want it? So I think he took like 3 like of the profile, the tall ways, and then he flipped it over and took like 2 horizontal. So it was actually like 5 selfies that you get, which is nice. Yeah, very good consideration for that. So that was awesome. I mean, it took all of like maybe 2 minutes, but it was like I was nervous, but then I was so happy. And he signed my fat nuggets. And oh, there you go. I put another one there. So yeah, he took like some both orientations, which was really nice. And I'm just glad like I didn't mess up my smile, right? Oh, and there's my V shirt. There's my V shirt that I got. He commented on it the second time. I don't know if he saw it the first time I walked up, and I'll get to how I went back up to both of them a second time. And then since that was the first thing I got signed, I didn't realize that I was so like, yay, oh my god, I finally met him, that I forgot that there's a drying time. Oops. You gotta actually let the marker dry, especially on a plushie. I became the signed merch. And then I like kept touching it because I was so like nervous, and I was like, do I want to go up to Blake next and stuff and everything? And I kept touching it. And I kept getting more on my hand. I was like, stop touching it. So then I'm like really carefully like holding it out. I like couldn't stop touching it. So that was on my hand for like the next 4 hours. It took a while for it to like come off. So I became the signed merch for a while there. Luckily, I'm so glad it only got a tiny bit smudged from doing that. I'm so lucky that it didn't come off completely. So that was that signature. 2PG XOXO Joel, and then he always puts Valentino underneath the name. Green Luther. Hi, Regal Peach. Thank you. Oh, so then, I like it when the guest takes my phone to take the selfie, comes out clear, whereas I struggle with my hand shaking when I've tried to do it. That might be why they do it too, because people are nervous. Yeah. Especially if they're taller than you too. Then like they can kind of angle it down. Whereas like if you're short and you're trying to like, get a good angle. Kit Kat, hello. I had the best time. Oh my god, I would love to meet Viv someday. I want to meet them all now. I'm obsessed. Now I'm hooked. Now I'm hooked on the celebrity signing thing. That's like my new thing. Because I never was before. I never like was big on that. Now I am. Now I'm hooked. So yeah, and so what was funny was because this costs money to get their autograph and selfie. I actually, coming to the convention, I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted to get Blake's signature, because Valentino is my favorite, so he was my priority. I wanted to meet Joel. I was like, I'll see how I feel when I'm there as far as Blake. And I had no clue what the lines were going to be like, where I'm like, I'm not going to spend 2 hours in line to meet Blake. But it was only like half an hour wait. And so I decided, and then once I decided that only Val and Angel were at the convention, I was like, I need a Val Angel pig. So I was like, I need their signature, both their signatures on Fat Nuggets. And this will be like my Lexington Comic Con Fat Nuggets. So I was like, okay, 100%, I'm going to wait in line for Blake. And yeah, so Wing wanted some signatures as well. But it was in the other room, the bigger celebrity, or the room that they had set aside for the like bigger celebrities. So I waited in line for Blake while she went and took her stuff and went and waited in a line over there. And it's always fun because you're chatting with the people in line who are all there for the same reason. They're all in the same fandom, right? So that's always fun, chat with people in line. And then like I said, you know, standing in line, you get a chance to, you know, what am I going to say? And what do I want? And, you know, do I want to print or whatever? Oh, you had like 2 blurry selfie attempts with the Dark Urge VA, so he did it and it came out great. Oh, I didn't even think about the nervousness factor. Yeah, that's probably why they do it too, because people are nervous and can't get a clear photo. Aw. Is this talking to strangers? I know, right? Oh, they were all so sweet. So yeah, so I waited in line for Blake. I got up there, and when I got to the you know, where you pay, selfies at TwitchCon. I only charge a smile for selfies at TwitchCon. So I knew I wanted him to sign Fat Nuggets, and I knew I wanted a selfie, so I got the combo, and then Blake had a ton of prints. Blake had like 12 different prints to choose from, and he had like posters. There's like a really nice like Husker Dusk print. So they had like a giant poster of that. Like he had tons of prints and tons. He had headshots, like actor headshots of himself to choose from. He had a ton of options. And one of them was a relatively new print that they have for signatures for signings. Of just Val and Angel, which is right here. And I decided, spur of the moment, I said, wow, the reflection. Since they're the only 2 here, I love them. There is a Val Angel print specifically for Val and Angel because they've done a co-Streamily signing before. So they came up with this print with an artist for that signing, and so you could have a Val Angel print. And so when I saw that he had this there, and I was like, I already waited half an hour in line, I should get this and then go back and get Joel's signature and then have my Val Angel print that I got from like in person, right? Because it's different when you get it in person and you meet them rather than just like ordering it on Streamily, right? It's different. It's a commemoration that you met them, you know? So I decided, spur of the moment, I said, well, let me get the signature selfie combo, but then let me also buy a second signature because it's literally like $50 per whatever they sign. So I knew I wanted him to sign Fat Nuggets, and then I wanted the print. And you get the print if you buy a signature, you get the print unless you want them to sign something, you know, another object. So that came with the print, and the signature. So I got the combo and then another signature. I don't even know how much I spent. I was like in the moment and excited, and I wasn't even paying attention. I was like, it doesn't matter. I'm so excited. So I was like, I'm going to get the Val Angel print and have them sign it. So I got that from Blake, and Blake signed it. Peachy! I love that he always puts an exclamation point after your name. It's so cute. And I love his signature. Is his signature not the best? And like the hot pink marker is like the best. I did frame it. Yes, it didn't come with the frame. I framed it. Too adorable. Was there unofficial fan merch of Has-Been? Oh yes, tons. Tons of artist stuff. I got some I will show you. PeachCon, all the blurry selfies. I'd be nervous too. Nobody can get a clear selfie. Everything's pricey at cons. A bag was like $200. Yeah, it completely depends on what people charge for things. I'll show you some stuff that I wanted to buy, but it was just way too expensive for me. Because some stuff is handmade, some stuff is mass produced, some stuff is official, some stuff is just flat out bootlegs, some stuff there wasn't a ton of like bootleg merch. There were booths with bootleg merch, but not like a ton, which is nice. There were a lot of booths with official merch. Most of it, both in the vendors hall and the artist alley, was like handmade artist stuff and artisans. I am very pleasantly surprised, or I'm very pleased that most of it, like I would say 80% of it, was like self-made stuff. Oh my god, Wing and I could tell the Sailor Moon and Yu-Gi-Oh bootlegs from a mile away. Yes. We'd be like, oh, this is cute. Be like, it's bootleg. You know that's bootleg, right? Yeah, I know, it's bootleg. So here's the story on how I met both of them twice. Was that I got this from Blake's booth. But at the time, he had only signed Peachy, his name, and I think the XOXO. He didn't put Angel Dust. But I didn't pay attention to what he wrote, right? I just like, yay, and I got this. And so I said, I'm going to go back to Joel's booth and buy another autograph from Joel and have him do Valentino's side. But he wasn't there. He had left to take a break. So I had to walk around and let this dry before putting it away. And then I went to find Wing in the other celebrity room. Bigger celebrity room. And then I said, I'll have to come back for Joel's signature. And this was the big celebrity room. Yeah, Lilia. Booth legs. Totally prezzy. And some conventions may have different rules as far as fan merch, like OhioCon, my local con, OhioCon. Apparently, the last time I went, they didn't allow fan art of official characters. It could only be like your own original characters, which was shocking. And honestly, I did one quick lap and left. Like, I can spend hours looking at artist's booth if, like, I think I'm going to find my favorite character. And then I also see people's original art, right? But if I know that there's no no official characters allowed, then, like, people's art is great, but that's not why I'm at an anime convention. You know what I mean? But that's rare. OhioCon did that one year. I don't know if they still do it. OhioCon's having some serious issues, but like most conventions will allow fan art of characters. That's mostly what it is. And then people's original art is mixed in. That's mostly what you see. Anyway, I'm getting on all these tangents. Oh boy, the AI stuff. Yeah, that's the thing to look out for too. I would imagine most, you couldn't just have a booth of AI art, but that's something that the each con itself has to crack down on. There were like one or two things at this con that I had like suspected was AI art, but it was like mixed in with other art, like actual human-made art. So like I wasn't sure. And it's a thing now to just like ask, are you the artist? Are you the artist? Are you the artist? Or how was this made? Or how did you get this art? Like you have to start asking that now, unfortunately. But then it's amazing when you actually meet the artists themselves and they're so passionate about their artwork, right? It hurts everything, Ren. It's so bad. you know, I haven't been to a ton of cons since it became a thing, but the Asheville con Wing and I went to, which was much smaller, had some things that we suspected was AI art. Hey, what's up, Alaska? HI art, human intelligence art. That's right. AI art, that's the thing. AI art isn't good. It's just like, it has this, it's soulless. It's got this soulless feel. Oh, True Sora, really? Also, people like literally stealing like Japanese artists' art off the internet and putting it on stuff. That's something else you'll see. That I saw that a couple times. That's like standard to see that, and you just have to identify it and make sure to steer away from those vendors that do that. I don't need human intelligence art. Human stupidity art is fine too. That's right. You can't, that's right. You can't make, it's not real art unless there's passion and thirst put into it. That's right. That's right. Yeah, the extra fingers. So this was the big, this was the big haul for the bigger celebrities, or what they considered the bigger celebrities. It was a whole room just dedicated to that. They had these little flags here. Thank you for the follow. They had these little flags that had their names, so you could very easily, you know, find who you were finding. Nolan North had a huge line. Billy West, just there was tons and tons of names there. It was really cool, and you know, they would come in and out, and there was little clocks that said like they are on break and they will be back at this time, and so they actually like put like, you know, this little movable paper clock, and they would, you know, be back at 3:30 or whatever, which was really nice. Yes, Rob Paulson was there. So that was really cool. There was tons. They had a lot of people. So I didn't get a picture of that line, but Wing was in the Danny Trejo line for a while. So I went and found her, and like he wasn't even there when I got there, and she had been waiting for a while. She was holding her place in line, and so I stood with her for a bit, and I said, well, I noticed that April Stewart, when I came in, was there, and she had no line at all. She was just sitting there. So I said, well, while you're waiting here, let me go get her signature while you're waiting. So, you know, because we were just trying to get everything out of the way on this is still Friday. So I did. She asked me for a hug. She asked me for a hug. We were trying to be as efficient as we could. We were on a mission to get all of the autographs that we wanted done on Friday, and then we could just relax. So, before I even went up to her though, I had brought with me, because I was still wearing my has-been shirt, right? And I wanted to wear my Guild Wars 2 shirt. Because if you're just getting here and you don't know, she's the voice of the female human commander in Guild Wars 2. So to me, she is Strawley. She's Strawley, which is incredible. So I was actually most nervous to meet her because she's been with me for 12 years. Right? I also love South Park. She's mostly known for South Park, though she does a ton of voices. And because she's been doing South Park for what, 20 years? So it is a Strawley figurine. This has been in my background for years. Julie Bean made this. So I wanted her to sign my Strawley statue. But first I went to the bathroom, and I had brought my Guild Wars 2 shirt with me. It was in my bag because I wanted to meet her in my Guild Wars 2 shirt not in my has-been shirt. So I went to the bathroom and I changed into my Guild Wars 2 shirt in the bathroom, and got my statue out. I had it in in its wrapping, all safe until I got up to the booth. I didn't want anything to happen to it. And again, I came back and she still had no line. Luckily, she was still there. She had no line. So it was extra nerve-wracking because there was no line to stand in and collect myself. I just had to walk right up, right? I was so nervous. I literally walked by the booth twice. I walked back and forth twice, like building up my nerve because I was so like, she's my commander, right? She's Strawley. Strawley's been with me for 12 years, right? Why did I never think to bring multiple shirts? So I was so nervous. I walked back and forth twice before I walked up. And again, you have to go to the handler first and buy the stuff and do the transaction before you meet them. And I shouldn't admit this, but, and this is funny, I'm talking about this as the new Guild Wars 2 episode has come out half an hour ago. But I don't care, we're talking about the con. So I shouldn't admit this, but you know, they look different in real life than on their headshot, right? The person who was assisting her, who was taking the money and stuff, had a similar hairstyle, similar face. She looked very similar to her. So when I walked up, I didn't know which one was April. So I kind of looked, I should have looked at which side like the prince and the list was on, but my brain wasn't, I was so nervous that my brain wasn't there. So I actually didn't know like which one was her and which one I was supposed to give the money to. But like, you know, but then I noticed the price list, and then the handler, you know, said, "Hi, how are you? What would you like to get?" You know, and I'm like, okay, it's her. So so I go over and I said, you know, I want the combo. I want the signature selfie combo. So I got that. I think it was also $70 for her. It was similar for all of them. And she had a bunch of prints, you know, all her South Park characters and some other characters that she had done, but there's no Guild Wars because she's the commander, and the commander doesn't have a set image, right? It doesn't have it changes, and it's whatever you make it. So, and she actually said that's why she doesn't have any Guild Wars prints ready to go, because, you know, I suppose it could be a generic Guild Wars 2 logo or something, but she's like, you know, that's why, is because everyone's commander is different. So she doesn't have one for Guild Wars 2. And I said, that's fine. I have my own item, that I want signed. And, let me sell a kidney so I can get a combo for everyone you want to meet, right? Hey, Eldon, such a real life situation, right? Spec, high spec. Headshots are glamour shots with professional hair and makeup. Of course, they don't look the same. Yes, and they're retouched and everything. Exactly. And some people will use their headshot from 20 years ago, right? They've just always used the same headshot and they've aged because they're a human being. Yes, I did say Commander Wayfinder to her at one point. So I had like a 10-minute conversation with her because there was no one in her line. There was no line for her. So I pay, and then I pull out Jilly Bean's Strawley statue that Jilly made me. And you know, and I pulled it out very, very carefully. And you know, she's watching, she's like, what is she taking out of this box, right? And I said, someone in my Twitch community made me a 3D print of my Guild Wars 2 commander. And she was in awe over this Strawley statue. She fawned over this Strawley statue. She thought it was the coolest thing she had ever seen in her entire life. Like, she was just beside herself. It was so, so sweet. And she took her own pictures of it. She's like, can I take a picture of that? Like, she took her own pics. She just like, can I see the back? She took a picture of the back. Like she was just in awe. And I told her the story. I told her how I've been with the game for 12 years since the head start, and that I make content on it. It used to be all that I stream, and I'm a partner. Like I was just like, I just like, you need to know how important Guild Wars 2 is in my life. And and I said, you're so to me, and Strali has been my character for 12 years for all of that. I made Strali at the 3-day head start, and she's been my main ever since. And I told her that. I said, so I said, for 12 years, you have been my commander. You are my commander / Wayfinder. And she laughed. She's like, yeah, Wayfinder, right? Commander Wayfinder. And she like empathized with the character. She said twice. She said she's been through so much, right? She's like, the commander has been through so much. And I actually asked her, I said, I asked her, since the expansions are coming out like once a year with 3 quarterly releases, I asked her, how do you record? Do you record it all like at once for the whole year, or do you come in for like every release? And she said that she comes in for every release. So, and she says it usually takes 1 or 2 days to record all the lines, depending on how many there are. But every release is a different recording session, because things can change as as they're making the story. So so everything's not necessarily set in stone from the moment the expansion launches and you have that core expansion experience, right? I didn't ask. I wanted to ask, but I didn't. I wanted to ask her if she's recorded for the next expansion yet, because I didn't know how far in advance they record, right? So I didn't ask her. I wanted to. I didn't ask her that. Because she was already like, she started talking about Aurene. She says she loves Aurene, and that there was a I don't know. She said there was a recording session. I don't know if she meant when Aurene left, when Aurene went, and you kind of say your goodbye to Aurene after she's the Elder Dragon. I don't know if she meant that or somewhere else, but she said that there was a recording session where she got emotional over that. I think over saying goodbye to Aurene, and she had to like stop and collect herself, because the commander has to be very, not emotionless, but you have to be very like evenly, the commanders have to be very evenly voice acted, right? So she said she actually got too emotional over Aurene in one of the sessions and had to stop and compose herself before continuing to record. So like, she loves Aurene, and because she's been with this character for 12 years as well, right? And so she just said like, she couldn't believe like the character's been through so much, and she empathizes so much with her. And she loves recording with her. She says, I love going into recording for Guild Wars 2, and everyone is at the ArenaNet is so nice. She just fawned over how nice everybody at ArenaNet is, and how interested she is every time they get on like a Zoom call to go over the new material and stuff. And she's always like interested in what's going to happen and everything. And it's really cool that she doesn't just like go in like everybody doesn't just go in once a year and that's it until the next year. Like it's like, at least 4 times a year she's going in to record now for Guild Wars 2. So it's like this constant in their lives too, especially all of the commander voice actors, because they're the ones, there's always going to be the commander in the story, right? Does April know of Bog? I did not ask. No, I don't know. I wish they let them get a bit more emotional. Yeah. Who's Strali behind Strali, right? You're my commander. I said, you're my commander, Wayfinder. Someone's got another 3D character model to make this, right? So yes, try not to touch it. So she signed Strali. She's just like, she was so nervous to sign it. She's like, this is truly a one-of-a-kind item. She's like, okay, I want you to tell me. She's like, you want me to sign that? What? I was like, yeah. And she's like, I need you to tell me exactly what to write, in what color, and where. She like did not want to mess it up, and not easy to write on here, right? So, you know, I was like, just do your best. It's fine. She's like, I will try. She's like, I will try my best. And she did amazing. It was very hard to write on this little thing. She's like holding it up. So April Stewart, she signed it. She put a heart to Peachy. Hey, Morgan. What's up, Morgan? In Tyrion, yes. Can you write it in Tyrion? So this was made by Jilly Bean years ago, who sent this to me from Australia. So I don't know if you'll ever see this, Jilly, but know that the voice of Strali has met your statue, and I cannot tell you how much she fawned over it. She was beside herself with how cool this is. Changed to a different color each letter, right? So she signed it. I was signed Strali, and then we got I asked her if I could take a picture of her with it. I put these in Discord too. Stretch, thank you, Regal Peach. Oh, it's getting hot in here. Hold on. She was so nice. She was so excited. She was so like fangirl. She absolutely positively loved it. She took her own pictures. Like I said, she took her own pictures of it from the front and the back. And then you know, I said, you know, nice to meet you and everything, and she was so grateful. And then I had paid for a selfie, so I said, can I get a selfie? And she ran around the table, and she was way shorter than I thought she was gonna be. So that's why I'm like kind of hunched down in a weird position, because she was really short. I'm 5'6". I'm 5'6". So she was probably like 5 feet tall. She's adorable. Short gang, let's go. And the handler said, you know, do you want me to take the picture? She did a 1 foot hop. She was so excited. She posed on 1 foot. I didn't even realize. I saw her do something super cute, but it was like out of the corner of my eye, so I didn't know exactly what she was doing. So I just kind of like and I didn't know what was going on. I was on cloud 9 at that point. So the cuteness. But so she was so excited, and then she asked me if she could give me a hug. So I gave her a big hug. We bonded right off the bat. She was probably excited just to like that someone recognized her from Guild Wars 2, because that probably doesn't happen as much. She just said that that's why that she didn't have a Guild Wars 2 print, because the commander is, you know, doesn't have a set look. So now my hope is when she records the next session, she's thinking of her. She's thinking of Strali. I know. It was the best. It was the absolute best. One of the best moments of the whole con for me. Because I got to express how important her character is. You know, this character that probably doesn't get a ton of love. Because I mean, that's only if you play a human female. I know human female is meta, but you know, like there's 9 other commanders that aren't human females, that aren't her, right? She's the spirit of the human commander, exactly. So I really wanted, because I had the time, because nobody else was in line, I really wanted to take the time and express how important that character was to me, and how important her work on the game is. So it was extraordinarily well received. It was one of the best moments of the con for me. I was so excited. Oh my gosh, so yay! Oh my gosh. speaking of celebs, how is your author film friend doing since the picture did so well? You mean Ernie? Ernie Klein? We have not spoken in a while. I hope him and his family are doing well. Queso!
Happy launch day, Peachy and Peaches.
Yay! Happy launch day! I hope everybody's enjoying the new release. We will get to it today after my con stories. For sure. I'm excited to play it. Thank you so much for the 75 months, Queso. Great to see you. April has multiple credits in KOTOR? Ah. I don't fangirl over anything too much, but I feel like I'd be the exact same way if I ever met Colleen O'Shaughnessy for the female Asura. That'd be so cool. Aw. I must play more KOTOR. That's right. I have to now. Now that I know April Stewart does voices in it. More con stories. Let's take a break. Let's take a potty and stretch and water break. I'm running low on water, and I have so much merch to show you. Today might just be con stories. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have so much merch to show you. I have more stories. We're only on Friday. This might be the only Guild Wars 2 release I ever don't play on launch day. No, we'll get there. We have 5 hours. We'll get there. We may not finish it today, but I'm not going to be talking. That's why I went live early. Not early enough, but that's why I went live early, so we could get con stories out. Either way, we're gonna play Guild Wars 2 tomorrow as well. We'll definitely play it today. We'll get to it today. But con stories. I'm excited to tell you all about the con stories. I have many more pictures. What's next? Next is food. No, next I went back to Blake and Joelle's booth. So we've got some more there. And then I've got so much merch to show you. And we got cosplay. We did cosplays. Oh my gosh, we haven't even gotten to cosplay yet. Thank you, Autumn. Have a good day at work. I will. Thank you. Food. A whole session of convention, please. I should have gotten more pictures of like the general like dealer's room and artist alley. There's pictures of it online. I'm pretty standard, but every Guild Wars 2 expansion now I'm gonna be like, this was recorded after I met her. That's right. Again, I don't know how far in advance they record. So, like, I don't know if, like, Expansion 6 has been recorded for yet. I was going to ask her, but I didn't. I didn't know if she would know, like, what release was what, right? Besides, like, this one still has, we're still talking about the Coden and the Titans, right? Obviously. But, like, she even said at one point, like, when she started saying how much she liked Aurene, and when she said, like, the Commander's been through so much, and I'm like, I mean, the Commander's died. Like, we started kind of mentioning story beats, and she even at one point kind of said, like, I don't want to say too much because I don't, like, she doesn't know what's been released, right? She knows what she's recorded for, but she doesn't know what's out. So she's kind of like, I don't want to accidentally say something I'm not allowed to say, right? So I didn't want to, like, stress her at all with that, you know, because that's got to be stressful, you know, not knowing what exactly you're allowed to talk about, you know, because I'm sure she doesn't keep up on exactly what's released. I actually told her, I said there's an update coming out this Tuesday after this convention. She's like, oh really? Oh my. I think she even said something like, I should know when they come out, but I don't. And I'm like, no, that's fine. Exactly. She's like, I know, I can't believe Joko came back. What? Oops, I wasn't supposed to, you know. I could log in and dance while I talk. I absolutely could. I'm glad Comic-Cons are also open to gaming and such. Oh yeah, they had in the hotel, they had game rooms. They had there was a big board game room that you could like just pick up a board game and play with your friends. I don't know if there was a video game room, which is something you always see at anime conventions. I don't know if they had that here. Again, this was like a comic expo. So it was more focused on the vendors and the celebs rather than like, you know, panels and game rooms and stuff like that. Even though they did still have that stuff, it wasn't as much as like an anime con, which is more focused on that kind of thing. Did you ask her if she has a Guild Wars 2 account? Oh my gosh. I didn't. Comic Con's coming to Europe this year. Nice. Did I talk about the peach tree? Oh my gosh. I did not mention the peach tree. She probably doesn't even know about the peach tree. All right, but let's take a break. Let's take a break. Let's take a break. Let's get up and stretch. I have more stories. I have lots more. We're only on Friday. But let's get up and stretch, take a potty break, get some water, get some hydration, and I will see you in a minute. Adventures of Peachy and Wing. Oh, I went and got my Oopsie, who has his pinwheel, and my Goober, so they were with us the whole time. Wing was giving out cute little clippies. A lot of them, most of them were like flowers. But then she had like a couple pinwheels, and so my Oopsie got a pinwheel. Yes, I remember Wildstar. I do. Don't think either of us thought we would do another con so soon. No, me neither. And I got 2 trips next month. I went from like 2020 killing all live events, because I like before that I went to tons of live events every year, whether it was Dagger here or anime conventions or Twitch cons or whatever, right? Like that's just like what I did, and was go to events. It was so much fun. And then 2020, you know, killed the planet. And then I just like, you know, got super anxiety going to anything, and you never knew like what the situation was going anywhere. And you know, everything just shut down and it killed it. And it was like, you know, it's like this huge part of my life that got like taken away. And so now I'm finally like, you know, getting back into it and actually looking for cons. And oh my gosh, cons are actually, it's like just the habit of even looking for cons and events happening again. Like it's 5 years later and I'm still getting back into the groove of even looking to see what's available, because I'm so used to there just like not being anything anymore, you know? It's crazy. So I'm so grateful because they're so much fun. It's so hard to get back into it. April was the voice of the Cassian and Makari females. Oh, cool. In Kodor? Oh, no, in Wildstar. Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. Haven't been to a con in decades, nor do I know if the college here still has a gaming club. Oh man, it probably does. I did Regal, I saw that. You're so good at Guild Wars 2 GeoGuessr. I bet you know the new map already. I mean, I've seen the trailer for the new map. I haven't actually seen the map. I haven't been in game yet. All right, where were we? So, I met April Stewart. By the time I was done meeting her, Wing was still in line for Danny. So I said, I'm gonna go change back into my has-been shirt, because I had, one half of this that I got from Blake. So I had this signed by Blake. And so I wanted to go back and buy another autograph from Joelle to have the Valentino half. So I went and changed back into my has-been shirt, and went back, and I forget if Joelle, I think I had to wait again a little bit longer for Joelle to get back. I think I went and walked around the dealer's room for a little bit until he got back. But eventually he came back, and I got this half signed by Joelle. I had to buy another autograph. And he gave me a little heart sticker. He put a little gold heart. He says, "Here's a special heart sticker on there for you." And he almost always signs under his signature. He signs Valentino. Well, he had signed Valentino, but Blake had not put Angel Dust underneath his signature. And I was like, well, I want both the character names on there, right? Because Joelle put Valentino. So I was like, I'm gonna go. Blake had like no line, surprisingly. So I was like, oh, well, I'll just hop next door. I'll hop to the next booth and just ask if Blake would be okay just adding Angel's name to the bottom, since I already bought the autograph. But like the second I walked up, the handler person put up a hand and said, sorry, he has a photo op he has to go to, so he's leaving. I was like, all I want is him to write Angel Dust. That's all I want. Like real 2 seconds, right? But I was like, okay, I wasn't gonna be that person and be pushy. They're like, he'll be back in like 15 minutes. Like, oh, okay, that's not bad. So I just walked around the dealer's hall for a while and did some shopping. 20 minutes go by, he's still not back. So I was like, well, and I was texting Wing, and I think Wing had got out of the you met Danny, and then you were going to meet the voice actress of Naruto. And you said you were in line for her. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll go meet up with Wing since Blake's not back yet. So I went down and found her, and as soon as I found her, she was like the next person in line to meet Naruto's voice actress. And so then we met up. So then I said, the last thing we have to do is I want Blake to add Angel Dust to his signature. And I said, he should be back by now. It's been like at least half an hour. So we go back. He's still not back. So we walk around the dealer's hall for a while, and eventually Blake came back. And I didn't have to wait too long. There was already people lining up even before he got back. So I think we had to wait at the booth maybe like 10 minutes or something, I think. And I got up, to the handler, and I said, I already bought the signature. I was just wondering if he could just add the character name to the bottom. She was like, oh yeah, that's fine. So then I got to meet him again, and he actually remembered me. He goes, oh, hey, Peachy. And I'm like, ah! And he was so nice. They were everybody we met was just so extremely nice. I got so many compliments on my hair. I think it's the hair. When I was out of cosplay, people recognized the hair. I had my beanie on. Yeah, he remembered me, which was shocking because they meet so many people and they have no obligation to remember anybody. But as soon as he saw my hair, he said, "Hey, welcome back, Peachy." They just said, "Can you just add Angel Dust's name on here? Because Joelle put Valentino, so could you just add Angel?" And he's like, "Absolutely." So we put Angel, you put Angel Dust, and put a little heart on there. So now they match. Oh, it's got to take so much energy to meet that many people. Yes, especially Blake, who, like, it was just like anytime he was sitting there, it was just constant people. But everybody was very nice. People were giving him gifts and so nice. I'm gonna put this over here. So now I got my Val Angel print and my Val Angel nuggets. So cute. I love his signature, man. So cute. So cute. So cute. Yes, and then Wing got to meet him too, because then at that time Wing was done with her autograph sessions. And so then she was with me too that second time. So I technically got to meet both of them twice. And they were both so nice both times. Oh my gosh. So then that was all of our autographs. We were tired and hungry. I don't know what time it was by then, 4 or 5 o'clock maybe, by the time we got all our autographs. And I forget if we walked around the dealer's hall a little bit more. Maybe we did. But we were super hungry. Food. Yes, we said it was 4 p.m. and we said yes. We said food and then cosplay. Yes. So we found a cute little place to go to. That had a big pride flag out front. So we said let's go support the. It was like a little a little bar. And we said let's go support the pride bar. And Wing got some cod, some fish and chips. I got this chicken wrap and these sweet potato fries that were incredible. I was so tired and hungry by that point, and so I forget. What did we do for breakfast? Did we do anything for breakfast? No. Oh, that was the tea house day. And the tea house day wasn't like it was food, but it wasn't like a full filling meal, right? So we were both like starving by this point. Right. Yeah, this place took a while. This place took like 45 minutes to get our food out to us. So I was just like, I felt bad. I was just like dying by the end. I was like, I need food. But those sweet potato fries were worth it. Oh my gosh. And the wrap was good too. So that was nice. Yeah, it was nice. And then what did we do? And then we said, let's cosplay. By that point, it was really late. I don't know, it was like, it takes a while to get into cosplay, and makeup and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know, by that time it was 7 or 8, maybe, by the time we headed out. And, we got into our Dark Link and Peachy cosplays. You look so happy. I was. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. I just need the Husker Dusk print with Blake and Keith's signature. Keith has been to conventions before, so definitely a possibility. Blake had a giant Husker Dusk print like that, the Husker Dusk print that they have on Streamily. He had that in like an 11x17 like poster. Keith David wasn't at the convention, but he still had that print available. It's Anna Taylor Johnson. No. I went full Peach. My Peach cosplay is like 17 years old. I made this cosplay like 17 years ago. This thing is old. Surprise. The costume itself is holding up. There's Wing. Wing was Dark Link. So cool. We changed and went over to the convention center. That's what I thought. I thought it was Anna Taylor-Joy. Old but very good. Thank you. There's my Peach. You know what's funny is the cosplay itself is pretty much in the same condition as when I made it almost 2 decades ago. The wig is different. The wig is new. But the underskirt, it's a hoop skirt. That has broken down a little bit. That is showing its age. Normally my skirt is actually even poofier than that, and not dragging on the ground. Granted, I was standing on stairs there. But I had to like hold up my skirt most of the time. So if I wear this again, I might buy another hoop skirt because it's like sagging. Her skirt's big is full of mushrooms. Doesn't Wing look so good in the Dark Link with the sword and everything? So good. So good. It was so much fun. Zell, yes, Zell's, I've taken pictures with Zell in the Peach costume. How is that still kicking and looking awesome? Right? Oh my god. So, this was Friday late night. Well, when I say late night for this convention, which was like 8 o'clock. And, that was the next day. So we went back out, looking for what's going on. We knew that the expo hall had closed. Well, we went and checked, but the doors were locked. So we're like walking around the city like this, right? And, so we're looking for what's still going on. Well, the expo hall was completely closed. But we heard that there was like some a party or a concert or something in somewhere. Like there was some panel or something still going on. It took us forever to walk around and find it. It was actually the late night stuff all happened in the hotel. I think it was a Hilton that was connected to the convention center. So once we finally got someone who knew what was going on and said, oh yeah, the hotel is where all of the late night stuff is. We went over there and we did find a couple cosplayers and stuff hanging out in the lobby. And then in the basement, there was like a concert by some, like the Hardy Party. There was, like 2 guys had a band or something and they were like, there was something going on. It wasn't even 8 p.m. Right. It's so weird. I'm so used to anime conventions that go till 2 a.m. that are like popping till 2 a.m. I'm so used to that this was like weird that like everything was done and everyone was asleep and in their rooms by like 8 p.m. It was weird compared to what I'm used to. So that's why we like got all in costume. All right, late night Friday costumes, right? But there was like no one anywhere. But so these costumes actually got more attention by random passersby in the street and children in the hotel than anything else. Oh my God, I was a Disney princess. The kids that came up to me and were like, Peach, Princess Peach is so pretty. And their parents asking if they can take pictures with me. I was like, I was a Disney World princess. There were also literally full grown women crying. Like we were walking back to our B&B and like people literally like there was a woman, she was in her 20s, but still a full grown woman. Like ran out of this bar like, oh my God, you're my favorite character. Oh my gosh. She was literally like a genuine joy. Like I can tell when like a joy, like a fandom joy is genuine. She was 100% genuine. She was just like, you're my favorite character. Oh my God, I get a picture with you. Like she was weeping. Like she had just seen Peach come out the game and walk by her bar and she ran out. There, when we were in the hotel, there was like this little girl. She couldn't have been more than like 8 years old. And she shows up behind me and she's just like, Princess Peach. And you know, so and I'm full Disney princessing out on this. I'm just like, hi, I got my gloves on, right? I'm like, how are you? It's so good to see you, right? I'm acting full Disney princess. Oh, Mr. P just got home. Hopefully with groceries. Hopefully with avocados. Someone gave us a cupcake. They were having a birthday party. My goodness, all the Borks. It was a very good cupcake. It was a very rich cupcake. That's right, True Sora. Don't tell my secrets. That's how you feel when you have your full Miku on, kids, grown women, and men. Oh, yes. Oh, everybody. Yes. Every gender, every age range was very thrilled over Princess Peach walking around. It was so much fun. So at least we had that experience, even though the con was pretty much over by the time we walked the 15 minutes over there. We still had a ton of fun because everybody was like freaking out, like normies were like freaking out over Peach, which was just so much fun. And the kids, yes, this one, the one kid like sprinted across the hotel lobby. Her mom was like, I turned around and my kid was gone and she was like sprinting over to you before I even knew what was happening because she saw Princess Peach. So it was so fun. It was so, yes, her kid disappeared because Disney princess. So that was fun. We made the most of it. Even though the con was over, we did all this work to get into our cosplays, and then the con was pretty much over, but we definitely made the most of it, and it was a fun Friday night. And then we just came back and took off our costumes and rested for the day, and that was Friday. And that was Friday. So Saturday, we had a yummy nomi breakfast. I got to make Wing my famous eggs and avocados and also bacon, which made it even better. So that was delicious. I was there in our B&B. I made yummies. Well, when I went to visit Wing for Asheville Anime Fest, she made me food. So this time I made her food. You guys know me. I eat eggs and avocados almost every single day for brunch. So this was like my body's normal sustenance, which kept us going and gave us amazing fuel for like the first half of the day. Yes, it was very nummy. Eggs and avocados are two of the healthiest fats you can eat. Yes. What did we do next? On Saturday it was really nice because we got all of our autographs done. We the only scheduled thing we had on Saturday was at noon. There was a Has-Been Hotel panel with Joelle and Blake. I know. So and we got into our Sora and Riku cosplays and went over to the convention. On the walk there from our B&B to the convention center, there was this this four-way intersection, and every way was painted with the rainbow. So we Sora and Riku in front of we had to get a picture in front of the rainbow crosswalk, of course. There's a better picture at the convention. I believe that was when we were waiting in line for the Has-Been panel. We got there around 11:30. We got in line around 11:30 once we actually found where the panel room was. There was already a huge line for the panel, so we got in line. We still got really, really good seats. We were in like the third or fourth row of the panel. That's jumping ahead a second. Where's the panel? There's the panel. It was just Blake and Joelle, and they just answered questions. Basically, people just asked questions, and they would just roll with whatever questions people asked, and they were just so funny and so down to earth. And it was everything from questions about acting to questions about has-been to silly things like, who would your character be cast as in the Muppets, or like, it was all kinds of fun stuff. RJ, what's up, RJ? Yeah, it was a lot of we know nothing of the plot, don't ask those. Yeah, it was there's always got to be the one person who's like, does Vox know how Angel can get out of his contract with Valentino? Like, are we gonna see that in season 2? There's always that one person who's like gonna ask them something that they can't answer, but they have fun with it. They're like, we don't know, and if we did, we wouldn't tell you because Jeff Bezos would descend from the sky and slay us for telling you anything. So they always give a fun answer. I know. I know some people genuinely don't know better, but they should know better. That's why I didn't ask April if she had recorded for the next expansion yet, because like I don't want to, I don't want her to have to stress about saying well, is that the one where, does she know what expansion 6 is? Probably not. I don't know if she knows what she's recording for or what's out, and then like, I don't want to make that awkward for them, So like, instead, I asked her, how often do you go into the studio to record? Is it yearly or quarterly? Like, that's what I asked her, not, what's the next expansion? Like, because that just puts stress on them, So, not to mention when they get the script, they get the entire script and it's not actually in episode order. Yeah, every project's different. So, yeah, they might not even know, or things have changed or whatever. Yeah, they don't know. So, don't ask them, do Angel and Val get a song together in season 2? They can't answer that, right? Like, they know the answer, but they can't say. So don't put that stress on them, you know? Don't even ask that. So most of the time they just said, I don't know. Actually, Joel had the best answer to anything like that. He just said, you're going to have to tune in to find out. Joel did say his favorite movie is a Goofy movie. Emerald! Hi, Emerald Knight. It's time. It's PG time. Hello. Yeah, right. Asking the voice actors, what happens in season 2? Like, don't ask that. That's right. You have to. Yep. He just says you'll have to tune in to find out. Totally, Lilia. Yeah. I saw in an interview once, Erica Henningsen, who plays Charlie, she said, multiple of them were talking about like, when they get the scripts or the songs, she's like, it's like Fort Knox. She's like, we have to sign in like 8 different ways and 8 different methods of verification, like to get into the server that like has the script, like it's really locked down. Probably have to like 18 NDAs you gotta like sign before you like, you know, even see it. Yeah, so. But there's always that one person who asks. And it was so specific too. It wasn't like, what happens in season 6? It was like very specifically like a lore question. It's like, come on. How many kisses? Oh my goodness. So that was super, super, super fun. That was like 45-minute panel. So worth it. So much fun. I did record. I don't know if someone like recorded it for YouTube. I recorded the audio. I had my phone in my lap recording, so I have the audio of most of it. I will say it ended with the two of them singing a couple verses from Sweet Dreams Are Made of These. I don't even know the words. They were duetting that song together while like looking at each other, and they harmonize insanely well. Let's just say they know how to harmonize together. So Val Angel song season 2 maybe. They did, yeah, they said like no videos, no flash photography. They kind of said like no recording of any kind. And then he was like, it'll probably show up on YouTube. And like, you just told us not to record it and then said, go watch it on YouTube after. So I don't know. I just had it in my lap and I held it up a couple times to get like, you know, 1 or 2 photos like this. They do have great chemistry together. Even just like chilling and chatting together, they had great chemistry together. Like they're friends. They've been to a ton of conventions together, right? None of the cast records together at the same time. They're all in the booths by themselves. They all come in one-on-one. So they're never recorded together. But they just like have been around each other and are friends and, you know, go to conventions together and stuff. So yeah, they had fantastic chemistry. They were so funny together. MS Heart, yes. That's what the kids are calling it. My favorite was when they asked if your characters were winners, which material would you be? Oh, like, cause like the demons, you know, like Angel's a spider demon, Valentino's a moth demon. They said, what would you be? And yeah, Blake went on this crazy tangent about how much he wants to be a tree. He wants to be a plant. He said, I want to be a plant demon. Or winner or whatever, winners, sinners. He's like, I want to be a plant. And then he just starts ranting about how he like actually wants to be like planted in the ground and be a tree. He's so cute. He was so cute. Emerald Knight. Excellent. We're glad you're here. You'll of course be able to watch the VOD. I've been going on for hours about the con and we're only on Saturday. It was so much fun. I have so much merch. There's a Valentino cosplayer. Let's go. I squeed. I went, oh my God, Val, can I get a picture? She was amazing. Look at the cigarette with the heart smoke. She went all out. She had the extra arms and the chains and everything and the cloak and the hat. Look at the hat. So freaking good. I know. And she had like the tall shoes, so she was real big. I meant to ask her if she had met Joelle yet, because I'm sure she did at some point. But she was, you know, she posed for the photo and then was on her way to wherever she was going. So I didn't want to hold her up, but I know she's got everything, all the little touches, all the little Val touches. So good. I want to hug her, right? You're so good. I was so glad because there was a lot of has-been cosplay, tons of Alistairs, by far the most Alistairs. There was a handful of Lucifers, lots of Charlies, in the different forms. The hotel, you know, her hotel suit, her demon form. I think I saw someone with like a Vox like coat. He wasn't like full Vox. It's hard to be a full Vox cosplay. But I think he had like a Vox coat or something on. I did see one or two Velvets. I think this was the only Val I saw. Val went the hardest. I saw, oh my god, I saw from a distance like the perfect Charlie and Vaggie. But yeah, definitely the most Alistairs, and then quite a few Lucifers and Charlies. Yeah, nothing more than Alistair, which really sucks that Amir couldn't make it to the con, because I'm sure they were all looking forward to meeting him, which sucks. Valentino and Riku, right? I just wanted a picture of her, but Wing was like, "Go pose next to her. I'll take a picture of the two of you," and I was just like, "Oh, okay." Yes, there were rubber duckies. Someone had one of the vendors had a Lucifer rubber ducky. So great. Yeah, someone had rubber ducky earrings that were Lucifer. A lot of Lucifer love. Oh, a husk. Angel. I don't know why I forgot to mention Angel. Tons of angels in various outfits. There was an amazing Angel and Husk. I saw a couple Husks. Nifty. There was an amazing Nifty. There was an amazing Emily. Walking around. There's so many characters. Didn't see a lot of Hell of a Boss. None of the Hell of a Boss voice actors were there, but I'm trying to think if I saw any Hell of a Boss characters. Not that I recognized. Oh, someone asked, one of the questions at the panel was, who's your favorite healthy relationship in the Helliverse? And everyone was like, oh, and they're like, are there any healthy relationships in the Helliverse? And then Blake said Chaggy, of course. Chaggy, and then the audience supplied Moxie and Millie, of course, which I think are the only two healthy relationships in the show at this point. Husker Dusk is getting there. The Nifty cosplayer was pretty tall, but she was really good. She had an awesome wig. I didn't get a picture, unfortunately. She had an awesome wig, and she had an awesome dress. She was really good, but she was tall. I think I saw... Did I see some kid? I think I saw a kid dressed as something, which makes no sense. You don't want kids in the Has-Been Hotel, but... Husky and Angel are getting there. I think Blake said, I think, also, Fizzarolli. Fizzarolli is another healthy relationship. And then, I think Blake said, Stolas and Octavia. And everyone's like, no, they're not. They don't really have a good relationship. Stolas wants to have a good relationship with his daughter, but I keep forgetting Ozzy and Fizz, yeah. Same. I never thought I would like Fizz and Ozzy, but I love them. There was one episode there, the episode with the contest or the concert that had all the songs in it. Had like 3 or 4 songs in it. That episode like was so amazing that like sold me on Ozzy and Fizz. Moxie and Millie are healthy in their own way. They're very in love. They're very in love. Even the relationships in heaven are toxic, yes. Mammon's Contest, yes, yes, Mammon's Contest. That was an amazing episode. Yeah, she was so funny, Wing. It was so funny how we kept running into her. Oh my goodness. So we walked around as Sora and Riku. Everybody loved. Let me go back a little bit. There we go. We went back to the after the panel. We went back to the expo hall to just walk around, do some more shopping and stuff. Everybody loved Sora and Riku. Esme, thank you for the 107 months. Look at that Lunar Peach.
Less than 3.
Thank you so much, Esme. Yes, we I was so pleased with how many people like recognized and shouted out. So like people were genuinely like so excited to see Kingdom Hearts. There were three guys dressed in organization cloaks, and they had like dark masks, so kind of like Master of Masters. But that was it. There was not that we saw a single other Kingdom Hearts cosplayer. So everybody was super like just everywhere we went, Sora, Riku. Like everybody was just like, when we walked into the has-been panel, someone pointed to me to go, Riku is best boy. Riku is best boy. And I pointed back and I said, yes, he is. Yes, he is. You're right. I forgot about that. Riku's best boy. Oh my gosh. No one screamed Peachy. But yes, tons and tons of Soras shouting, Sora and Riku. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. Like people freaking out. People like I've got pictures later of there was like a cosplay group who were like, oh my god, you're amazing, Kingdom Hearts. There was a Wings Eat-A-Bag. We had matching. I should have taken a picture of both of them together. But Wing has a red and black one, as well as this one, and she let me use this one, and they both have all the Kingdom Hearts pins in them. So, all the Soriku. Did I redeem a tier list at the has-been panel? Oh my god. Smash or pass. That's what someone should ask them. Smash or pass your own character. There, someone ask it at the next panel. The coolest Eat-A-Bag. The coolest Eat-A-Bag. There was a DJ in the hallway outside of the expo hall, like the vendor hall, playing just the best tunes. She was the best DJ. And at one point, these 4 belly dancers came by and started dancing to whatever song. Baymax was dancing like the whole time, just grooving in front of the DJ booth. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. We went back into the dealer's hall and saw the best Cinderella I've ever seen. She said she made that dress herself. I believe her. Even her hair is like perfect. She was freaking amazing. The dress was insane. Insane. Look at the detail. Look at the detail on this dress. Look at all the sparkles. She like just fully... She even has like silver nail polish. Look how gorgeous this is. Look at the details. I wonder if she's like a costume designer. Freaking gorgeous. Even her hair. Look at the hair. Such skill. Yes, Wing. Yeah, she has a more silver dress like at the end, right? She was at one of the booths. It was like a Ghostbusters booth. I don't know what they were selling. I actually saw her before the giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, because she was like immaculate. And I told her, I was like, your wig is perfect. Your costume is perfect. And she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I worked so hard on this wig. There was not a single hair out of place. It was immaculate. Oh, they were the Lexington Ghostbusters. They dress up for events. Ah, okay. Yeah, they got like the helmet. They got like all the props and stuff. It's awesome. I just adored her. These girls, these kids, I don't know what they were cosplaying from. I meant to ask them, but it didn't come out of my mouth. I feel bad when I ask, like, who are you cosplaying? But they were so cute, and they were absolutely freaking out over our Sora and Riku. So they were adorable. I got their picture. She has an Eat-A bag. She has the same Eat-A bag I do. I didn't get a chance to decorate mine, though. But that's okay, because I use wings, which is better. Oh, is it baby metal? Is it? Maybe. Did they have out marshmallows? I wish. Now I want marshmallows. So many cool outfits. This was just like we were just shopping. Here's the only other 3 Kingdom Hearts cosplayers that we saw. They all had the organization cloaks from Six On Clothing, and which looked super soft in person. Oh my god, they look so soft and warm, and I want one. And then they had the masks and the gloves. So we ran into one of them. They weren't wearing the masks the whole time. We ran into one of them at one of the booths we were at, and we were talking to him for a few minutes about Kingdom Hearts, mostly just like Kingdom Hearts 4, please, when? And I was like, well, we need Missing Link first. He's like, what? Missing Link? I was like, the mobile game? He's like, oh, yeah, I probably won't play that. I was like, okay. Not everybody's as hardcore as us. It's fine. They just want the console games. I get it. It's fine. But, you know, he's like, I think it'll come out this year. That's when I was like, I think Missing Link needs to come out first. What? What's that? Okay. I said Kingdom Hearts 4 is probably not coming out this year, but you keep on hoping. That'd be great. Which one is mom, right? And then later we ran into all 3 of them. We're like, hey, we're all 3 of them. So then, like, everybody got pictures. We were like the only Kingdom Hearts people. That's right. Let them think. They can think whatever they want. It's fine. Oh, were they Twisted Wonderland? Is that what they're from? They do look like Twisted Wonderland. Okay, that could be. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Yup. Ho-yo! Yee! So then, so I'll show you all my merch. But so we shopped and shopped and shopped until we could just shop no more. And we're like, we need to get out of here. Plus we were hungry and tired. So we found another little place to eat. By far the least. Goodness. By far the least yummy place that we went to. We did. We shopped until we dropped, and then we ate. It was not very good. Those little onion rings were good. Our meals not as much, but that's okay because we were right next door to our B&B, so we just went right home, and we had other food to eat, and we knew that we were gonna wake up Sunday morning to another fantastic eggs and avocado breakfast, so it was all right. And so at that point, we just decided we're done with the con. We're gonna stay in. We were thinking about after dinner putting back on the Sora and Riku cosplays because we had so much fun, and there was a party. Biscuit, go outside. Go on, go outside. Yeah, go on. Your dad will let you outside. Go on. Oh, Pizoc's coming too. Oh my gosh. So yes, we were gonna go back out and maybe find the party and cosplay Sora and Riku again because we had so much fun in those costumes. And plus Wing had brought her Heaven Official's Blessing costumes that we cosplayed at the Asheville Anime Con, that we were maybe going to do as well. But after dinner, we weren't feeling 100%, and we were just tired. And you know what? We're like, let's just chill. Let's just chill here the rest of the night, and then have a good breakfast, and kind of just get some pre-packing done, and you know, just so we're not like stress packing in the morning and stuff. So we just chilled. Yeah, it also didn't seem like the crowd for Heaven Official's Blessing versus like the video game stuff. So yes, so we did that. We just stayed in, and yeah, like I said, had a yummy breakfast, and Wing had brought her Sora and Riku slippies. Those are official Sora and Riku slippies, and we just had happened to be wearing red and blue pajama pants. So that was cute. And that's it. And then we woke up, we had more eggs and katos, we packed up, and we went home. We played Melody of Memory. We got to play local Melody of Memory, which was super fun. And now I get to show you all of the other merch that I bought. All the gnomes. You won 2 rounds out of a bajillion. 2 rounds of what? Merch! Are you ready for merch? I'm gonna start with... Oh, Melody of Memory, you did. I had a couple things in here, a couple of the flat things. This came free. This was one of the things that came in the bag, because all of the turtles were there. The voices of all of the turtles and April were at the convention. So the artist drew this, and everybody got it, probably to encourage, like, hey, you can go get this signed by all 5 of them, right? I did not, but this came, and I used to watch the Ninja Turtles cartoon, so I didn't like meet any of them or really pay attention, but yeah, they were all in that big celeb room. What else we got in here? What else we got in here? Ooh, look at this. It's gonna be so hard to show you shiny things. This is a metal print. This is a metal print. Their entire booth, they had a giant, like, double booth all the way up to the ceiling. They were playing music. There was lights everywhere. They had, like, so many fandoms. All of kind of, like, this very, like, neon lighting art style. And we got to meet and talk with the artist. He was so passionate about, like, all of his pieces and what he did. And he had this very cool, bright style. And I asked him, you know, like, what, you know, how long have you been doing this? And, like, what got you into this and everything? And this is, the artist is Jerry, I don't know how to say it, Pesci? I can't get this out for some reason. Here. Like Joe Pesci, yes. He did. He gave us a discount because we were in cosplay. Champ! Champ comes for Sailor Moon. I see it. Hello!
UWU hello.
Thank you! Thank you, Champ, for the 88 months. Yeah, it's like a metal print. There, maybe it'll show a little bit better. But yeah, there are tons of fandoms. There's Disney, there's Has-Been, there's Sailor Moon, there's Kingdom Hearts. He showed us, he had a Sora and a Riku. He said he had like, or was going to, because he does commissions. So someone had like commissioned him to do Sora and Riku. Isn't it gorgeous? I had never seen his art before, but the booth was absolutely gigantic. And I think he had Yu-Gi-Oh! He had like every single one of our fandoms. You know, he's like, just ask me, because I saw Has-Been. But he didn't have the V's. If he had the V's, I told him, I said, if you had the V's, I would have bought it. But he didn't have the V's yet. But he had like a couple of the main cast that he showed me. And then he's like, just like ask me if I have something. And I was like, do you have Sailor Moon? He's like, yes, I do. I don't know if he had Yu Yu Hakusho. He showed me I said, what other Has-Been do you have? And he showed them to me, and, you know, they were good. They were really good, but not, you know, I didn't, what were the big ones? Like 50? And then I think we were in cosplay. Cause Wing bought one, a bigger one. She bought a Lion King one that was actually like those other Has-Been prints that I have, where it's like what do you call it? The holographic, where like you tilt it and it's like 3 different images. $50 for the big one. Lenticular poster, that's what it is. So Wing got a Lion King lenticular poster with, it was much bigger than this one, that had the 3 images on it. It was so cool. Yeah, so I asked, you know, do you have more Has-Been? And I liked them all, but not enough. Like I said, if it was V's, I would have gotten it. And then I said, do you have Kingdom Hearts? Because we were dressed as Kingdom Hearts. He did have a Sora and Riku, but I wasn't crazy about them. And then I said, do you have Sailor Moon? And as soon as he pulled this out, I was like, oh, I gasped, and I said, I'll take it. This was only like 20, I think, because it's small. Oh, I didn't realize I pulled it out. I didn't notice that he signed it. Look at that. And it's got that on the back. So definitely go check them out. He was amazing. He was wonderful to talk to. He was super passionate about what he does. I love the like every one of his characters that he drew, like, he said that he, you know, even if he gets commissioned something that he doesn't know, he goes and like watches some of it, you know, like he knew exactly what characters, like you can tell that some artists will make it just because it's popular and it sells, which valid, but like sometimes you can tell like they didn't even watch it or they don't even care. They're just making it because it's popular. Like he knew every character. He was, you know, he was pulling out the Has-Been one. He's like, oh, I've got Alistair and I've got, you know, I've Lucifer and, you know, with the Kingdom Hearts, you know, he was pulling out, I've got Sora, I've got Riku, and like, you know, with the Sailor Moon, I think he said he had, all the Inner Senshi, and he's like, I have a Saturn, somebody commissioned a Saturn. So like he knew his stuff and he was so passionate. And he said that he did lighting for like concerts for like 20 years. And that's kind of like where his style came from. Everything popped because he had rave lighting around his booth. Like the booth was lit like a rock concert. It was so fun. I should have taken a picture of the whole booth. So he studied color and lighting and stuff and then just started drawing as a hobby and then selling his art because someone was like, you should sell your art. And yeah. Thank you for stopping in, Champ. Hey, what's up, Francois? So yeah, that's where this is. I thought he pulled out the Sailor Moon and I was just like, don't even show me the others because then I'll want the rest of them. I didn't even see the others. I'm sure they're on his website. I was like, I will take the Sailor Moon because that looks amazing. It's true, Prezi. It's true. Yeah. You have to sell what people are into if you're gonna even make ends meet, right? So sometimes you're kind of forced to. Which is why we met another artist who I mad respected because she said that she only drew art of characters and series that she liked, that she specifically did not. She wasn't going to just make something because it's popular. Because that's how she like captures the essence of the characters, right? And yeah, so I was like mad respect for that. And look at this. So this is, and then the style is so unique. So what she does is she makes a drawing, she makes an illustration, she cuts it out and makes a stencil, and then she uses like an ink. I think it's a, hold on. I have the, this is MB Marissa, is this artist. We met her and she was so nice. Alcohol ink, that's what it is. She uses alcohol ink after she cuts out a stencil of her artwork. And then she uses alcohol ink and makes a background. And then makes prints of that. Yeah, she said, we were in Sora and Riku, so she said she didn't have Kingdom Hearts yet because she hasn't played it yet. That she wants to, but she hasn't gotten around to it yet. So that's why she didn't have Kingdom Hearts. Because she will only make stuff that she's into personally. So I was just like, oh my god, mad respect. I didn't even see that Death Note one at her booth. So I said, mad respect, I have to get something. And so she had smaller prints. She had bigger prints too. But she had some smaller prints. She had a Sailor Moon. She had a Has-Been Hotel. Can you imagine cutting out this stencil? And then I got Dark Magician Girl. She had a couple Yu-Gi-Oh ones, but I love the colors of the background of this one. Are so pretty. She did capture the mat. I love this. Sailor Moon one's my favorite. She really captured like Naoko style, but also like made it her own. It sure would, Francois. So, that was by MB Marissa. I will link you. Any business card I got, I went and looked up either their social or their website or so that I could link you guys to it. But yeah, her stuff was she had an even bigger booth than this. I think. Maybe. It was so cute. Or maybe, oh no, this was actually it. That was actually, I think. Maybe. Yeah. That was actually at the con. She was so nice. She was so nice. That's it. I just love how colorful all her stuff is. And then I got a Last Unicorn sticker. I love meeting all the artists so much. This one I didn't look up. Bird President. Hi. She had super cute stuff. Oh my god, her stuff was all amazing. But I saw a Last Unicorn. So I got a Last Unicorn. Oh, I saw an amazing Last Unicorn like collage on like a banner. They had tons of large banners with gorgeous original art on them. But when we passed it, it was actually in the expo hall. But when we passed it, nobody was there. Like nobody was manning the booth. And there was no prices listed either, so I didn't even know how much it was. They looked more expensive than I would have wanted to pay, but I don't know. Maybe they weren't. But nobody was there, so I didn't get it. Yeah, she had some really good art. Is this the artist wing that you got the mermaid print from, or was that another one? I don't remember. But yeah, that was adorable, so I got that. The corgi, that's right. She had a super cute little like corgi art. for that one. Go over to the Sailor Moon bag. I got this too. I got this dice necklace. Sorry, the sun started doing crazy things. Here we go. I got this dice necklace, and I think that was from Nat One Creations, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this was their booth at Lexington. They had a lot of D&D stuff. They had cute like necklaces and earrings that were made out of those teeny weeny tiny little pearlers. Really cute designs. Really cute designs. Just everything. They had Mario, they had Star Wars, D&D, Miyazaki, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! They had everything. They were so cute. If I wore earrings, I would have gotten so much from their booth. But I just got a dice necklace. I don't know what the like company or booth was. They were just reselling old toys, and I found a Peach. I actually found a Peach figure I don't have, which was shocking. I have like almost all the Peaches. I found a Peach. Cute. Cute. I don't even know when this is from. I don't even know. 2023. Apparently this is. And her arms move. Her arms move. She has a little umbrella. They all have little accessories. I know. So I saw Peach. I had to get Peach. They might have other stuff besides Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, just search for Nat One Creations. They're probably on like Etsy or something as well. That was just, I picked the one that showed me like that was the best visually to show you like their products. So I'm sure they have other socials and pages and stuff. Oh, this was, I put this in here. This was what I used for my wallet because Wing got me the Sora and Xehanort wallet a while ago. That's Holly Polly's art. And so that was, and then I did the little thing so I could like put it around like my finger or my wrist while I was paying so that I wouldn't lose my money. So that was my wallet for the con. It worked very well. Smart. Yeah. And then you just like, then you can't like drop it or, right? Woof. And then one of the last ones we went to, this isn't the last of the merch, but one of the last booths we went to in the dealer's hall was an artist. She had a tiny little booth, and it was just packed full of gorgeous has-been art. Mostly has-been. She had a couple other things. Artie Alex Creations. Artie Alex Creations. Her style was so pretty. Tons of, I can't like zoom in on the art. Really like kind of like fun pastel-y, like just light colors. Yeah, she had ponies and just really like light, fun colored stuff for both Has-Been and Hell of a Boss. Super cute. Tons of it too. Tons of it. Let me send you the link. Josephel! Hi, Josephel! Talus, welcome back. Talus is home. How you doing? And so at the con, she just had tons of shirts and keychains and stickers of all of her art. It's all so pretty. I wanted to buy so much of it, but it was like at the end. And like I'd already spent a lot, and plus all of the prints were on black shirts, and I'm kind of like, I don't like buying black shirts. I would rather have other colors. But I could not resist. So definitely check her out. Because she was just like there by herself in her little tiny booth in the big dealer's hall, but her stuff was so gorgeous. Thank you, Josephel. I've literally been just blabbing about it for 3 hours. Now we're showing all the merch. I had a wonderful time. And I couldn't resist getting this shirt. And she had V's. I should have asked her, and I will have to look on her Etsy page. I should have asked her if she had a keychain of this, an acrylic keychain. Blab about it more. We're still going. So I got that one. And then she had individual art of the V's. I think I got keychains. Yeah, I got keychains too. The stickers will be easier to show off. She had stickers of each of the V's. I love the colored smoke. It's so pretty. And then she had velvet. I think that's more of her velvet's the outfit is more of her, I think, like pilot design, which changed a ton from season 1. She had a Vox as well, but I didn't like the Vox because it was Vox as the there's a part in the Stayed Gone song where he's like a like a priest or something, and she had him in that outfit, which I didn't really like, so I didn't get the Vox, which is weird for me to not get the full set, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the Vox, but I loved these two. So I got those two as stickers, and I got them both as acrylic keychains. She had another cute velvet too. Keychain, but I don't know. I wanted to limit myself a little bit, so I was like, I'm just gonna get those two. I need to look in. Now I'm gonna go look on her Etsy and see what else she has, because like I love the like really like pastel-y colors of the art. Your new figure is here, Josephel. Nice, nice. Has been hell of a theme D&D dice. That's a brilliant idea. Let me find it. All right, then we saw the booth of Bonnie Kitsune. Yeah, Bonnie Kitsune, plushies, patches, and accessories. And their booth was so cute. And they make like plushies, handmade plushies of just ponies and Pokemon and Sailor Moon. What caught my attention was she had plushie Mr. Biscuit. I wonder if Facebook has a better gallery. There was her booth at Lexington. So what caught my eye was these. She had plushy star wands from Sailor Moon and the Moon Wand, like a lot of them. That's what caught my attention. All of these adorable, adorable plushies. She had little heads of the characters. She had heads of has-been characters. It was so, so cute. Skipper. There she is. Good. And I was going back and forth. I was like, oh my god, I want those little, like, star wands. You did. You got a Zero plushie keychain from Nightmare Before Christmas. And, so I was like, oh my god, I want, like, all of those star wands. She had the outer senshi. She even, like, made her own. She made, like, one for Sailor Moon. She had the moon wand. I was really, really close to getting a plushie moon wand because it was really, really cute until I spotted the little Artemis. The little Artemis with his toe beans. So he's a little Artemis. He's got beans in his belly with his little tail. Look at him. Look at him. When I saw him, it was over. I was like, that's it. That's it. That's what I'm getting. I think there was a Luna. I didn't even pay attention. The Luna wasn't as cute. Actually, I think there was a bigger Luna. Artist squish. I know. I think there was a bigger Luna. I don't know if there was a Luna this size. But I like Artemis better anyway. So his little, like, everything's embroidered on his face, and it was the toe beans. Really, it was the toe beans and this tail and Artemis, and just, oh my god, look at him. Look at him. It was over. It was over when I saw him. I was like, he's mine.
He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
I know, he's so fluffy. I got rupees. Cause somebody, just walking by gave us rupees. I'm rich. I should have tried to trade them for merch. No. So somebody 3D printed some rupees, put magnets. There's magnets on the back of them. And just randomly walked up to us, said, hey, I love your costume. Here's some rupees. So we were Sora and Riku. 25 whole rupees. Yes. So we got rupees. I got a D&D. I got a D20 pen. Look at it. It's with sparkle rocks, and it's got a pink D20 at the top. And it's a pen. And I also got a bunch of minis, a bunch of 3D printed minis that were like $3 a piece. And so those are all downstairs in the D&D room. I also got D&D, it was soaps that were in the shape of a set of D&D dice. So like all 7 die, and it was 2 sets of soaps. So I got dice soaps. Can you remove the die to roll it? I don't think so. I think it's glued in there. It is pink. I almost bought a giant foam. Excuse me. A giant foam D20, bright pink D20. But it was $20 and I didn't want to spend $20 on it. Oh, if you watch Mr. P's stream, I got Mr. P and like a smock. It's like an apron smock. Where the pockets were had a D&D like dice print on them. His apron is so good. I know I need to get D20 in here. So I got him that. And it was so cute because the artist said that like her mom made it. She's like, my mom will be so happy that her apron sold. Like, that's adorable. And then this bag. And then this sweet Sailor Moon bag, which I adore. Alaska! Gratza rolling in the nat 20. We're gonna play more Baldur's Gate this weekend. Friday and Saturday. I know, I don't have D20 here yet. I think that's it. Oh, I got a dice bag that's downstairs because we actually played D&D last night or Sunday night when I got back. So I took all my D&D stuff down there. But I got a really cute new dice bag with corgi on it. And it came with a new set of dice that everybody really loved. I passed them around the D&D table. They're like white and sparkly with gold letters or gold numbers. Hi, Terrelyn. I hope you're having a smooth work day. Yeah, it was a good haul. But like, I mean, nothing better than now my signed Val Angel Fat Nuggets and my Val Angel print and my pictures with them and my signed Strawley, which I put right there. So it was amazing. It was an amazing and fun convention. Did have much fun. Would go back. A+. I want to put my nuggets over here, but I don't want the pups to do anything to them. I have to pose them like that now. Now I need a Valentino plush. I had so much fun. Thank you so much, Wing, for going to the con with me. We conquered. Thank you, Terrelyn. Yeah, I put more pics in Discord. I put a bunch of the pics in Discord. If you missed them. Now I'm tired. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you for letting me tell all my stories. And show all my stuff. It was tons of fun. I'm feeling good. Thank you for asking, Ren. I'm feeling good. I just, had a lazy day yesterday, but I didn't have the post-con, like normally when you get back from a con or a trip like that, like the next day is kind of like, your dead day. You just kind of like feel, worn out and it's like your recovery day. I had a lazy day yesterday, but I didn't feel that like overwhelming like I felt good. Hydrate. Thank you, Ren. Oh, thank you, Esme. I'm so glad they're fun to listen to. Hey, Wit, thank you for lurking. Mr. Biscuit. Yeah, that's it. There you go. There was my weekend. It was fun. And now we get to play Guild Wars 2. See, we got plenty of time.